What's going on, Canes fans? Welcome! Yes, I'm fashionably late. Yes, as always. Yes, it's for dramatic effect. It's not because there was anything wrong. That's just the way we roll. We gotta be fashionably late. It's my thing. It's what I do, right? Welcome to the pre-funeral stream for our current head coach, Manny Diaz. What a jam-packed, action-filled stream we have in store tonight. We are going to, in fact, talk about the Miami versus North Carolina game because this is also the night before stream. But also, I want to talk about Manny Diaz because, of course, it's a hot topic right now. I realize that it's all over the internet. Any of the sports media outlets are talking about. All the big reporting sites for the Miami Hurricanes. It's all over Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, here on YouTube. It's all anybody's talking about, right? But what I want to do tonight is I want to take a few minutes, maybe like half an hour or so, and I want you guys to call in, and I want you to tell me what Manny Diaz would have to accomplish this season for you to be okay with keeping him as the head coach in 2022, and if there's anything at all that he could do, because we understand the national championship is not on the table, right? But I want you to call in and tell me. I want you to speak from the heart, and I want you to not be influenced by outside stuff, by other viewers, by social media outlets, other various different things. I want you to tell me what you personally, and if you want to call and say nothing, you can do that. If you want to call and say, Coop, an ACC championship game appearance and making it a game would make me at least keep him around for another year. If you say, Coop, it's got to be ACC championship game and we win it, then I'll think about keeping around. It could be that. It's whatever you think. But you're going to call in and we're going to talk about that tonight, probably after we talk about the North Carolina game. So I am dressed appropriately for the Manny Diaz funeral tomorrow, paying a visit to the Reaper, Mac Brown, in Chapel Hill. I had some people comment and say, Coop, like, what the heck, man? That's a sick joke. It's just I'm trying to create some laughter in some dark times, guys. So, no, I'm not. I don't realistically wish harm upon Manny Diaz. It's just a joke. We're talking about the North Carolina game being his funeral because there are talks of him being fired if we get our booty stomped and yada, yada. So, just roll with it. Just roll with it. All right? By getting a new job. All right, Jeff? All right. So let me go ahead real quick and give a shout out to John Bird, who donated $10 before the stream even kicked off. He said, Coop, Canes just need a win. Think it's too late to save his job. Miami needs to clean the house and start over. John Bird, let me sit you atop your throne before we dive into this stream tonight. And John also re-upped his Canes fan membership. I'm pretty sure it's at 23 months. John, have I even had the membership option for 23 months? Bro, that's wild, man. And then who else? Somebody else came through and re-upped. David with the 27 months. Actually, even longer. And he came through with the Coop. David, thank you so much, man. I appreciate the continued love and support. John, let me sit you up atop your throne right quick, and then we're going to go ahead and dive right into this one. So let me know how you guys have been before we get into football talk, if you don't mind. The reason I ask is because, number one, you guys are my family, my friends, and we had a bye week. So I've not talked to some of you guys in over a week. So hit me up. Let me know how the bye week went for you. What'd you spend your time doing? Hit me with it. It doesn't have to always be just football. Let me know what you did during the bye week. What's up, Cyclone? What's good, man? We got Doo-Doo in the building. What a name, bro. I mean, hey, if you can rock it, you can rock it. We got Josh in the building. We got Jason, Christopher Leonard, Ewkane, as always. Ewkane, I love you being here, man. Robert Harris, Jay Vickers. We got Chris Georgia Kane in the building. We got Crip. Who was here early? Who was here super duper early? John, of course. And Crip and Miami Hurricanes fan 84. Hey, it's good to see all you guys. Florida boy. We got everybody in the building. Alan, Tona, Jeff Robbins. It's all BS. We got to do better on every level. I agree, man. I agree. It's been my nickname. Been called that all my life. That's what I'm saying. If you can rock it, then you can rock it, bro. It's all good. Bears, Cubs, Canes. What's up, man? So I think that what we need to do is actually talk about the North Carolina game first. I think that makes the most sense before we get into the debate topic with Manny Diaz, because what I'm actually going to do is put a timer up on the screen when we discuss this, and you guys are only going to have 30 seconds to tell me what Manny Diaz needs to do for you to be willing to let him be the head coach in 2022, what he would have to accomplish. And what I'm going to do is put a 30-second timer up on the screen, and when that 30 seconds is up, I'm cutting you off. You will not have any extra time, no questions, no ands, ifs, buts about it.
This is what it take.
Tona, I've been doing good, man. Thank you for asking.
On the side of your helmet.
What's good, Coop?
Josh, what's up, man? Thank you so much for the 2, bro. Man, I had some weird technical difficulties when I first got here, and I'm not gonna lie. Part of what held me up is I went and saw Venom 2 tonight, and we hit up the Chick-fil-A after, and the line wrapped around the flipping building. I don't know if you guys got Chick-fil-A where you live, but pretty much it's a guarantee if you go to Chick-fil-A. Now, they're fast, bro. Their service is on point. But you best believe that there's going to be 40 cars in line if you have a Chick-fil-A. It's wild, man. Everybody loves that Jesus chicken, bro. So you guys can call in. You can make your opinion known in the chat if you would prefer to do it that way. But you can also call in. If you want to call in, have 30 seconds and discuss it a little bit, I would love for you to do so. Cyclone Team Ibis says, my bye week was interesting. I coached my little brother in flag football, and as a 16-year-old, I got to say I coached my little bro to a 28-7 dub. Let's go, man. Heck yeah. Getting the football started early, and I got to coach again this week because my dad is going to Chicago. Hey, good luck, man, and keep coaching him up. That's awesome. Maybe coaching is something that you end up doing. Maybe, maybe you end up enjoying it. Possibly. You never know. So I have to give you guys a little bit of sad news, possibly. Tomorrow is my 32nd birthday. Now, before, wait, whoa. Calm down. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Tomorrow is my birthday. But it really kind of sucks because I hate it when the Miami Hurricanes play on my birthday. Because do you know what generally that means? Do you know what that means by having the Miami Hurricanes play on my birthday? It means that instead of a day full of balloons and confetti and cookie cake and celebrations, does anybody do that at 32 years old? Probably not anyways, right? But instead of all of that, it's usually me being down in the dumps because the Miami Hurricanes lose on my mother flipping birthday. Yeah. So I'm actually not too excited about that. Not too excited at all. I'm happy to be here another year, though. That's exciting, I guess. But I don't like when the Canes play on my birthday because they've never won on my birthday, I don't think, in the past. So it is what it is. I'll just have to flip and deal with it. What's up, Robert? Thank you guys for the birthday wishes, though, for real. I appreciate that. Thank you, Toy Guns. Appreciate you, man. So let's just go ahead and let's dive into it. Let's talk about the Miami UNC matchup a little bit, and then we'll do the Manny Diaz talk. So Miami taking on the North Carolina Tar Heels tomorrow, 3:30 p.m. Eastern time at Keenan Memorial Stadium in Chapel Hill. We already know the records, right? North Carolina 3-3, Miami 2-3. We're 0-1 in the ACC. UNC is 2-3 in the ACC with wins over UVA and Duke. But North Carolina did lose last week to FSU. Now, somehow, as much as I like to praise Mac Brown, and I say he owns Manny Diaz,
on the side of your helmet.
The one thing that Mac Brown truly struggles with is he just cannot seem to figure out that formula to beat Florida State University. He just cannot do it. But I want to warn you guys that we still cannot take North Carolina lightly. Is anybody here taking North Carolina lightly? I highly doubt it. I don't think that anybody here is doubting what North Carolina is capable of. and I don't think anyone here is underestimating North Carolina. That's been a thing that Mack Brown just struggles to beat Florida State. As far as I know, Mack Brown has never beaten Florida State. So it's just something that he struggles with for some reason. I don't know if it's a mental thing or what the heck it is, but I am in no way underestimating North Carolina just because they lost to Florida State last week. Honestly, I wouldn't even give that a second thought. Don't even let that affect your mentality going into this game. Eric Birch coming through with the 2. He says, Coop! Eric, thank you so much for the 2, bro. How you been? Played any more softball lately? So don't underestimate North Carolina. I will have links for this game, so it's going to be on ACC Network. I will be able to hook you guys up. I saw Chris was asking earlier. I will have links for it. DeMonte, thank you for the birthday wishes, bro. Appreciate you, man. Happy to be here another year. So I will have links for this. It'll be on ACC Network. It's really just sad, guys, when we look at this game. This is one thing I want to get off my chest real quick. It's just so sad considering the fact that preseason, do you realize that everyone was circling this game on their calendar and saying this is going to be what determines the Coastal? This was going to be what determined the outcome of who represents the Coastal side in the ACC. And look at what happened. It really truly just shows that preseason talk is nothing more than just preseason talk and hype. Because both Miami and North Carolina are pitiful ACC teams. At the end of the day, we'll take a look at the Coastal standings. The Coastal overall is just pitiful in general. But actually, you know what? The ACC in general, without Clemson, is pretty pitiful. I mean, the only other current undefeated ACC team is who? Wake Forest? I know it's still crazy though, David. What is even wilder than the conversation we just had, David brought up an excellent point, is the fact that either one of these teams, both Miami or North Carolina, could represent the Coastal in the ACC championship. Bro, what? It's true. It's wild, man. Wild flipping times in college football.
On the side of your helmet.
Big day for Canes hoops. 2 commits, 1 3-star, 1 4-star.
I saw that on Twitter. Thank you, Josh, for the $1.99, man. I don't follow basketball too closely, but I did see that on Twitter. That's huge.
Yes, playing in Vegas 2 weeks, by the way. Happy B-Day.
Hey, Eric, thank you so much, man, for another 2. So you got a tournament. Eric, is that are you like a professional softball player? Is there such thing as professional softball? Like, what the heck, bro? You traveling around to these tournaments and stuff? Dang, bro. Thank you so much for the 2, man. That's wild. So let's go ahead and hop over and take a look at the ESPN matchup predictor for the game. We already talked about it a little bit in the preview video, but almost no one watched the preview video. So here we are. We'll look at it again. They have Miami 43.9% chance of winning. North Carolina 56.1% chance. The spread has changed just a little bit. 7.5 point favorite for North Carolina, which is understandable. It is at Chapel Hill, even though they struggled against FSU last week. Oh, the weather report for tomorrow, bro. I don't know how I'm feeling about this. It's a 3:30 kickoff. It looks like potentially some rain in the early afternoon, so we're looking at 30 to 60% chance of rain, somewhere around in there early on, around 12, 1 o'clock, and then that tapers off into the later afternoon going into the evening. So is it going to be a wet field? Is it going to actually be raining at kickoff? It's very possible. And a little bit of high wind, over 10 miles per hour. So will that play a part in the kicking game at all? The uniform combos have been announced for both squads. Miami rolling the Stormtrooper. The white over white with the black cleats. I don't know how y'all feel about that. I dig the Stormtrooper look. I'm all about that white on white, bro. It's clean. I think it looks really good. North Carolina has opted to roll blue on blue on blue. White hats, white jerseys, white. Blue hats, blue jerseys, blue pants. So they're going the all blue for the afternoon game in Chapel Hill. Man, that color blue, bro, just makes me feel sick to my stomach. honestly. It really does. I don't know if it's the 4th and 17 that makes me feel queasy, or the 554 rushing yards put up against us last year in the 62-26 victory. Hold on, bro.
We ballin', boy.
I said I wasn't going to mention any of that because I didn't want to think about it anymore. Hold on, I need a second. I'm still not over it, man. Ewkane becoming a Canes fan member, re-upping that membership. Appreciate you so much, bro. It didn't tell me how many months that is, but I know you've been a Canes fan member for quite a while, so thank you so much for that, man. Cypher says, the Stormtrooper. Let's hope TVD's accuracy is better than the actual Stormtroopers. I know. Now, here's the thing all about the U-83. Here's the deal. The reason why I wanted to have this conversation is because I wanted to get a feel for where my viewers stand on this. So I want people to call in and I want them to say, Coop, there's no way Manny saves his job. I say, okay. And then another viewer might call in and say, Coop, if Manny finds a way to win the ACC championship game, I'm cool with him staying around for a year. And I'll say, okay, like I'm not agreeing or disagreeing with anybody yet. But I want to hear what people have to say. There are going to be plenty of people that say no matter what, they want Manny gone. There are going to be some people that might actually surprise you, and that's why I wanted to have this conversation. Exactly. I know, I agree. The reason why I wanted to have it is I'm sure you've heard people, you've seen them on social media too, that actually are okay with what Manny's doing, and they're saying give him more time. And there are people that say, hey, as long as he makes it to the ACC championship game, I want to keep him around. So I want to see. Don't be afraid to call in if that's your opinion. Speak your mind. If you're the minority, it's okay. I want you to call in regardless of what your opinion is on Manny Diaz, and we'll talk about it. But right now, we're going to keep talking about the North Carolina game first. So I already gave my score prediction in the preview video. No way I can give Miami a W here. There's just no way. It's in Chapel Hill. It's at Keenan Memorial Stadium. Manny Diaz has not beaten Mac Brown yet in the 2 years he's been at North Carolina. I can't. I've got them taking an L, 34-17. Miami has not shown me how they can win this game. And Miami has not proven anything to me to give me hope that we can find a way to get something going offensively against North Carolina. Because if we take away the Central Connecticut game, I'm pretty sure we're averaging like 20 to 21 points per game, which just ain't going to get it done, bro. It ain't going to get it done. So I've got them taking an L. One of the big things I want to watch for in this game is how does Tyler Van Dyke look? Cypher mentioned Tyler Van Dyke a few minutes ago because he really started to look more comfortable in the second half of the Virginia game. Most importantly, the fourth quarter. But the issue I have here is I believe the only reason that he looked more comfortable is because he had more time in the pocket because Virginia's defense was getting tired. People are telling me to not underestimate the wheels that TVD has. Maybe so, but Tyler Van Dyke is definitely not a true dual threat like De'Aaron King would be. I still do prefer Tyler Van Dyke because I like his arm, I like his strength, I like his accuracy. But there's potential here that we get sacked 4+ times in this game, maybe 5 or 6 times. It could be really bad. So we know that De'Aaron King is already done. Garcia is going to be out for a while because he had surgery with the ankle. And one of the other last things that I want to talk about is Tyreek Stevenson calling out the North Carolina receiving group. Basically saying he don't think they're all that he thinks that it's just a bunch of hype. And to be fair, out of all of the corners that we have on the squad, Tyreek Stevenson, the transfer, would be the one that could talk a little bit of smack. He's maybe earned it a little bit because he is a better tackler than pretty much everybody else on our defense, and that's just a fact. So when is Jake coming back? So I've heard sometime in November, but I don't think we see Jake Garcia the rest of the season, just to be honest. It's Tyler Van Dyke's team at this point, And if he goes down, they're not gonna chance trying to rush in Jake Garcia like they rushed in De'Aaron King and potentially injure the future quarterback for this program. So then I think Matoka comes in. Honestly, did I see what you said? Cyclone, was it up higher? I want to call in, but I don't want to talk about the Diaz thing because it's too much for me right now. I got you, bro. I completely understand. So we're probably gonna start with call-ins about the North Carolina game. And then we'll get into the hot topic for what can Manny Diaz do to impress you personally enough for him to retain his job in 2022. So first, I want to talk about the North Carolina game, though, before we get into that. So hold your calls for the Manny Diaz stuff. Is that cool? Can we hold our calls for that? Because if you call in, I don't have the timer ready. I don't have everything set up. I want to talk about the North Carolina game, and then we'll transition over to the Manny talk. And that'll give people more time to file in here as it gets a little bit later into the night. So let me go ahead and get the phone line opened up for the first portion of the call-in show. You're okay with Matoka? It's not that I'm not a fan of Matoka. Matoka is a pretty decent quarterback. My issue with Matoka is he has limited playtime at the college level, and then if you throw him in against a Power 5 opponent in a conference game when we're already grasping at straws here, it could be a recipe for disaster. So that does kind of scare me a little bit. But, I mean, Matoka could be a decent quarterback. But at the end of the day, I'd like for it to be Jake Garcia as QB1 and TVD at number 2, or even if you want to flip that. But either way, we're going to have to get a better O-line. Regardless of which one's back there, it's TVD or Jake Garcia, we're going to need a better O-line if we're going to have any type of production out of the offense, period. So let me get the phone line opened up. You can call in. It's 865-229-4131. I got my Viagra pen ready to go to write down your score predictions if you want to talk about the game for a little bit. And then we'll transition over to the Manny Diaz talk. So let's go ahead and get the phone lines opened up. Let's see. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're live. And what do you know? What do you know? It opens up, and my man Eric Birch makes it through as the first caller. Eric, have you ever been able to get through this quickly?
Well, not recently, no.
Okay, all right, yeah. I know. I feel like the past couple of weeks you had some trouble getting through, so.
I call it every time, and it's been hectic trying to get into it.
Yeah. So let's talk about this for a minute, if you want, with the North Carolina game. I'm really kind of curious to see where Canes fans stand on this, because if you were to go to social media, if you look on Facebook or Twitter, it's pretty much doom and gloom. It's a done deal. We're getting blown out by 3-4 plus touchdowns. How are you feeling about it?
I wouldn't say 3 touchdowns. I'd say the most probably would be maybe 10 points.
It's interesting to look at the reactions from Miami fans since North Carolina lost to FSU last week. So I'm seeing a lot of people clowning them up and, poking fun at them, which I'm going to do the same because they did still lose to Florida State. But I'm just worried that so many people are going to kind of, not that they won't take North Carolina seriously, because look at the past 2 seasons, what's happened. But I feel like that they might kind of gain a little more confidence in this team after what happened at the FSU game. But
I would definitely say that if we didn't have the locker room in turmoil right now and everyone's frantic in there, it would be a different story. But we got no room to talk about anything.
Yeah. That's kind of fair. If you notice, I've been poking fun at some other teams, but I've not been talking as much smack lately, because I have no room to smack talk. When I've had other fans come in, like I still have Alabama fans that'll come in and poke fun at me, I literally cannot fire back, because what's my comeback? Really. I am not going to go down. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you got me. All I can do is cheer them on. Because I'm not that guy that brags about our past 5 national championships anymore. We've had this conversation, but we have recruits coming up that weren't alive the last time we won a national championship. So I got no smack talk.
Heck, a lot of them probably weren't alive the last time we won a bowl game. Well, yeah, we did beat West Virginia, but that was a little while ago.
Yeah, true. So,
But yeah, I mean,
sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead. I was just rambling.
So I was just gonna ask then, do you have a score prediction for the game? Kind of what you're thinking?
Yeah, I was floating around with a few different ones, but I'm thinking maybe 31-21.
31-21. Okay, that would
Yeah.
be, still an L, but I guess a better and or closer outcome than what was last season. Let me hit you with this one. This is what I'm gonna hit people with. Do you think that one of these two teams is going to represent the Coastal in the ACC? Miami or North Carolina?
No.
No? Okay.
Mm-mm.
I need to actually pull up the ACC standings and show them. It's weird for us though, right? Because we've literally only played one ACC game, so we've only played UVA so far. So that makes it kind of interesting when you're looking at the standings. But if we take a look at them over here, I'm gonna put that question on everybody. So don't worry, I'm not just gonna put you on the spot. I'll put everybody on the spot.
Don't bother me, no. It don't bother me at all.
So I mean, bro, when I look at the Coastal, I don't even know what to think. You got Pittsburgh and Virginia Tech, both undefeated in the ACC, but it's one game apiece. It's 1-0. Okay, whoop-de flip and do. Who knows what's going to happen there? Virginia at 2-2, Georgia Tech at 2-2, North Carolina at 2-3, possibly now going to be 3-3 or 2-4, and then us at 0-1 and Duke. Good luck. Nothing's going to happen there. So I don't know. Nope. It truly, really is up for grabs for anybody.
This is what it takes.
It is. I mean, if I had
to your helmet.
Make a guess,
I think Tyler will turn out to be a great QB. He just needs to grow.
Tech or Pitt. Pitt look good at times, but then they look crappy at times. So they're hard to figure out too.
Yeah, I mean, it is interesting because when you look at overall records, leave out the conference only portion of it. It really makes you feel like it would be Tech or Pitt. Not just because they're at the top with the ACC stuff, but I mean, Pitt's record is 4-1 and B-Tech is at 3-2. So overall, when we're just we're not looking at stats, we're not breaking it down on paper, just looking at record-wise, they could definitely be one of the two teams that represents the ACC. And then it's a whole nother conversation when we start looking at the Atlantic, with Clemson being in that third spot behind NC State and then Wake Forest, who's undefeated in the conference.
Yeah, but I think NC State's probably going to win that one.
It's very possible. I'm kind of leaning that way too, and I'm not just saying that to agree with you. But watching those guys play, they could be. And how wild is that going to be, an ACC championship game without Clemson in it?
Yeah, no, it's strange.
Like that's what we felt like was our biggest roadblock. I realize we don't have that many ACC championship game appearances, but we were like, bro, if we do get there, we're going to get smashed because it's Clemson. Well, guess what? It's not going to be Clemson most likely now. So it's always what could have been, man. I feel like that's what I'm always saying.
And what's really frustrating, too, is if we would have – because I'm blaming it all on the coaches anyway, because they do not know how to progress these kids to be better. And it shows year after year. And we had a chance to really walk through this ACC Coastal side.
Yep, 100%. I mean, this would have been the year if all of the preseason hype actually is what became reality, then we 100% would have ran the table in the Coastal this year. And I know people were still – because people were commenting, hey, there's still an opportunity. I get that it could still happen, but I'm just saying – more than likely it's not, if we're all being honest here.
Yeah, the expectation is really flipped. And, before, and watching all these, I mean, even nationally, all these teams are just falling left and right, all these ranked teams. So, it's, it was a prime for us to, to maybe even get into that playoff picture. But that's well to the wasteland. But anyway.
Yep. Yeah, it went from natty or bust to ACC championship or bust.
Now it's like break even or a winning record.
Yeah, exactly. And then bowl game or bust, and now we're like, bro, I don't even know anymore. Like,
yeah, you're not lying.
Yeah. So I think actually what we might do is, you don't have to participate in this portion of it if you don't want to, But actually, you know what? Never mind. I'm gonna back it up for a second. I was gonna get on a whole nother topic, but we'll save that for another point. So I got you down 31-21 UNC
well,
victory.
I mean, if you want to talk about the old Manny Diaz situation, because I doubt if I would get another chance to get a call in. Talk about that.
We can do it because here was the thing. Here's what I was gonna do though, is I was putting a little bit of a twist on it. Some people are gonna like this. Some people are not gonna like it. And if you saw my videos and you know what's coming. I am going to pop, let's see, if everybody who's looking at the screen will see it right now. If you avert your eyes to the very bottom of the screen, right below me here, basically what I was going to do is give everybody 30 seconds. And honestly, I feel like 30 seconds is more than generous enough. It doesn't sound like a lot of time, but when
just come and talk about Manny Diaz, yeah, you don't need much time.
So 30 seconds to tell me. It's such an interesting topic because we're kind of wording it and flipping it in a different direction. I want people to tell me what Manny would have to accomplish this season for you to be okay with him being the coach in 2022. So basically him getting another year, what would he have to accomplish this season for you to be okay with that happening? Now, keep in mind though, just real quick, couple of disclaimers. You can say nothing. No matter what, I want Manny Diaz fired. The end. I don't care if we flip and play for the ACC championship game and win. I still want him to get the boot. That's an acceptable answer. It's literally whatever what it is to you, and I want you to be honest. So you let me know. You tell me when you're ready. I'll start the timer, and you have 30 seconds to tell me what Manny Diaz has to do to impress you enough for him to stay our coach next year, and you'd be okay with it.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, go for it.
ACC championship, but that ain't going to happen, so he's gone.
All right, in under 10 seconds. I did the little ring dinger just because I've been dying to do that all stream, bro. So we didn't actually hit 30 seconds. I've been wanting to press that thing. So okay, all right. ACC championship. You said ACC championship game, right? But then you said he's gone anyway, so I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Eric Birch. I'm going to get a couple more people in here tonight. UNC victory predicted 31-21. You're officially entered into the contest. And best of flipping luck in that softball tournament, man.
I will, but I appreciate it. I'll send you some pics, shoot you some pics.
Do it, man. There. I would appreciate it.
All right, brother.
All right, thanks. Have a good one. I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully.
All right, buddy. I'll be there.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
So that's maybe what we'll do, guys. Maybe that's what we'll do. You know what? Do you guys want to just talk about the Manny part, or do you want to talk about the North Carolina game and the Manny stuff? What do you want to do? Hit me with it. Hype Central came through with the $4.99 during the phone call, and he said, I think Tyler will turn out to be a great quarterback. He just needs to grow. Now, luckily, he doesn't need to physically grow because he's taller than some of our previous quarterbacks. But grow and mature as a player and in the game at the college level, 100%. And I know that's actually what you meant, Hype Central. Thank you for the $5, man. Appreciate you. I love it. Okay, let's talk about all of it. Let's do it then. Let's do it. All right. Yo. We got MDC, a.k.a. Miami Dolphins. Do you even go by that anymore? Like, is that?
Either one.
That's your previous persona?
Either one.
Okay, gotcha, bro. All right, so first off, it's good to hear from you. If you guys don't know MDC, he's a longtime viewer on the channel, been around for a long time, almost probably since the beginning, right?
I think around 500 subscribers.
Oh, dang, that's crazy. That's wild, man. I appreciate you for sticking around that long. So he's been here, watched us grow, hung out, talked a lot of games. He's seen the highs, he's seen the lows. What are you thinking about tomorrow? Be realistic with me.
I'm not looking forward to watching it. I don't envy you watching on your birthday, especially.
Yeah.
But look, I don't think it's gonna be a win. I'd say for score prediction, of being real, 38. Let's go 38-20. North Carolina wins.
Okay, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Unless there is someone, and if that's your thing, it's cool if you're in the chat. I'm not gonna call you out. Do your thing. But I don't expect anyone to be predicting a Miami Hurricanes victory unless they're just a straight Miami Hurricanes homer. honestly. Because, again, how can you really look at this team, the product on the field? How can you look at it? It doesn't matter how you want to look at it, on paper or actually the product on the field, looking at the tape. How can you really, truly predict? How can you feel confident predicting a win? You know what I mean?
This is what it takes.
I don't blame you. I mean,
to wear to you
I'm kind of
on the
upset
side of your
Tyreke
helmet.
Stevenson's calling out North Carolina receivers.
DT looks like the most consistent team in the up and down Coastal. Sue, they will probably be the most stable and win the Coastal. But lose to NC Street rolling on the floor laughing.
Tyreke is all right. He's not really what I was expecting. I thought it'd be way better. I thought it'd be like Asante Samuel almost. But
yeah, and what I hate is we both know the day and age of social media and everything going on right now. So him kind of calling out the North Carolina receivers is potentially setting us up to be made fun of on social media with that big time.
Yeah, we don't need that.
Yeah. So we're really potentially setting that up for that to backfire on us. But I said this in my preview video, and I just want to say it one more time for everybody who's hanging out in the chat. What's funny is I have little to no hope for this game. Same as the caller, MDC, right now. But what's funny is this would be the flipping game that Miami would come out and dominate. It seems like this would be the time everybody would count us out. We'll come out and then we'll dominate, and then we'll come out and everyone will be like, wait a minute. Like, Miami's 1-1 in the ACC at that point. Like, maybe, and then we'll come out the following week and we'll get smashed. That would be a Miami Hurricanes thing to happen.
Right. I mean, look, mathematically, yeah, we can win the Coastal, but is it going to happen on the field? No. We suck. Everyone knows that. But I don't know if you saw this or not, but we're actually going to have a transfer recruit from, I think, Syracuse or NC State at the game tomorrow. I'm not sure if he can play this year or not.
I did not see that. I hadn't seen that, actually.
I think it's from Syracuse. That's what I want to say. But, I mean, if he can play this year, great, because Will Mallory literally has no hands.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think he's totally useless at this point. Elijah Arroyo is better. And maybe
I agree.
I think he's out.
I agree. And there can be some things that maybe we don't see as much, as far as like maybe Arroyo needs to improve on his blocking or this or that. But overall, I do agree. I mean, the stats don't lie when we're looking at Mallory this season.
If Arroyo can even catch the ball, that's not great for Mallory.
Fair.
So,
yeah, man.
That's where I stand.
So so you're entered in officially for the contest. You got a 38-20 North Carolina victory. Do you want to participate in the little 30-second Manny Diaz challenge thing?
Of course.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is when you say you're ready, I'm going to start the timer. And I know you probably already know what's going on, but I'm going to explain it for each caller because, people come in and out consistently through the stream. So you have 30 seconds to tell me what Manny Diaz would need to accomplish this season for you to be okay with him being the head coach in 2022. And it can be anything you want. It can be that you don't want him to be the coach, that he won't be, or you can say, something specific that needs to happen. So, you ready?
It'll take 2 seconds.
All right, and go.
Run the table.
All right, NDC, under 5 seconds. Run it. Now, wait, hold up. Let me get a little bit of clarification. So run the table, win out the rest of the season, right? So if theoretically, more than likely, if we win out the rest of the season, we possibly represent the Coastal in the ACC championship game. Are you including an ACC championship game appearance as enough, or an ACC championship win as a must?
ACC championship win, only because Clemson is not looking like a good team this year. I'm pretty sure they're actually beating Syracuse by 7 at halftime.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The worst team in the ACC, as far as I'm concerned. So
yeah. So an ACC championship game win, and you would be okay with, okay, gotcha. Okay.
And no Independence Bowl report, like a genuine bowl win.
All right. Fair enough. So MDC, I appreciate you for calling in as always, my man. And you are officially entered into the contest as well.
Awesome. All right. Happy birthday, Coop.
All right. Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Yeah. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. And I do have a dono real quick. Let me give a shout out to Brandon D who donated the $4.99. Thank you so much for that, man. And Zartane wishing me a happy birthday as well. Thank you for that, man. You going to SawCon? I have no idea what that is, Zartane. Enlighten me. I have no idea. Whatever happened to the Kane swagger? It died long ago. Hype Central. Long ago. We need somebody to come in and dig it back up and revive it, though. So Brandon D said, VT looks like the most consistent team in the up and down Coastal. I could agree with that. So they will probably be the most stable and win the Coastal but lose to NC State. I could 100% see it being NC State versus VTech. 100%. 100%. SawCon the... You got me, Zartane. You flipping got me. Dang it! Dang it! What's up, Keldon? Keldon came in and said, Coop! What's good, Keldon? So that's the theme that we're doing tonight, guys. You call in and we talk about the Miami, North Carolina game for a few minutes, and then we talk about Manny Diaz and what he would have to do, in your opinion, for you to be impressed enough to let him be our coach next year as well. Thank you guys for the birthday wishes. Thank you. Thank you. It's actually tomorrow. Unfortunately, I get to watch Miami lose tomorrow for my birthday, but it is what it is. So phone lines are open back up. And you know what? I can't ask the question without giving you my response as well. I have it written down on paper, so you guys know that I'm not making it up. Let me circle it. The only way I would be okay with giving Manny Diaz an extra year, and I'm not talking about through 2023. I'm not talking about finishing out his 5-year contract. I'm talking about we give you okay, you get next year, would be if we won the ACC championship game, which I'm just being honest with you guys. Part of the reason why I can confidently say that that's what would need to happen to impress me enough to keep him an extra year is because it won't happen. You see what I'm saying? Do you see where this is going? Because it won't happen. It won't. I'm sorry. I hate to be that negative guy, but it will not happen. And that's why I'm saying it would be an absolute miracle. The stars would have to align. The planets would have to be perfectly aligned for that to go down. And that's the only way. The only way. Because he would have to completely do a 180. Right? Manny would have to it would have to be a totally different football field that takes the field starting tomorrow afternoon for us to go to the ACC championship game and win it. Totally different football team. I'm talking the way we practice changes. Manny Diaz changes from a player's coach to actually a real coach. He's not just everybody's friend. He drops the seniority crap, the BS. But see, it's really hard. It's hard because Manny is known for these things. So it's hard when you've been a head coach somewhere for 3 years, and he's been with the school longer than that even. These things were happening when he was defensive coordinator. And it's hard for you to all of a sudden be the tough guy. The guy that holds everybody accountable. The guy that doesn't play veterans just because they're veterans. It's what he's known for doing. It's who he's become. So it's really hard for you to roll back and change that just like that. Just because. So I just don't think it's possible. I'm sorry. I don't think it's possible. Libra Nation. Is your birthday in October as well, Eric? So let me get the phone line open back up here. So that's how we're going to continue the rest of the stream. We're going to talk about both. That's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about both. So phone lines are open back up. Here we go. What's going on? Who we got on the line? Uh-oh. They hung up on us. All right. Let's wait for the next one, guys. I'll read some comments while we're waiting. Michael says, true, Coop. Very true. Yeah, I don't think it can happen. Glenn says, Coop, Manny doesn't have a grip on this team. He's been here for 6 years now. He's done. I agree. I agree, man, at the end of the day. Really, are we going to beat Clemson? Nope. We ain't beating Clemson. We ain't beating NC State. It ain't happening, bro. We ain't beating Wake Forest. I don't think. Let's see. Jay Lee says, I just moved to Florida. Wanted to go to the Canes games, but this is not the year. Fair, bro. Flipping fair, man. Don't set yourself up for that disappointment. What's going on? Who we got on the line?
It's Ewkane.
Ewkane, what's up, bro?
What up, Coop?
Hey, man, does this have now? Don't be mad at me if I'm wrong on this, but you haven't called in before, have you?
No, this is my first time.
Okay, sweet. Let's get it, man. I love it. So, I'm going to kind of go the same flow if you're cool with it. I want to discuss the Miami North Carolina game a little bit because I don't want the Manny stuff to just completely overshadow the North Carolina game tomorrow.
Gotcha.
So, how you feeling about tomorrow afternoon? Kingdom Memorial Stadium, possibly wet field, maybe even raining during the game. 3:30 kickoff. Manny Diaz has not beaten Mac Brown in his 2 years at North Carolina. What are you thinking?
Well, I want to say we pull it out, but it's just hard under the circumstances. So I'm going to say 31-28, UNC.
Okay, so still a North Carolina victory, but a closer game than what previous callers have predicted, and much closer than my prediction as well. So what is it that you feel keeps us in this game to make it that close?
Just after last year, I think we played tough, and then as well, the last time we played them in UNC, it was a tough game. We lost by a field goal.
True.
So I just feel it'll be a close game.
That is a good point that you bring up because when we think of Miami, North Carolina, most people are thinking about last year when they put up the monster 62 points, right? Throwing the U upside down at Hard Rock and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, the year before that was actually a very close game. Everybody just thinks about that 4th and 17. And everybody sees Blake. Blake's face is just burned into our brains, right?
Well,
so,
plus Howell doesn't have the same weapons he had last year, and both running backs are gone. So there's a lot of UNC's
I think they're both playing in the NFL right now, if I'm not mistaken.
One of them plays for my team, the Broncos.
Oh, okay. All right. So, so not the same North Carolina team, but you feel like North Carolina still pulls it out in the end. I think for me, it's still partially an issue of getting out-coached. Is kind of what I can point to my score prediction while saying that North Carolina still wins. It's oh boy, this is a whole nother conversation, but we always have the talent to line up with about anybody, but typically we get out coached in the majority of our games, and I think that that's something that could play a big part tomorrow. But
I agree.
So let's do do you want to participate in the Manny portion of the call?
Of course.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, bro, is I'm going to give you 30 seconds. I want you to tell me what Manny Diaz needs to do to impress you enough to keep him around for another year. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, you're on the clock.
Well, he can't do anything at this point. I mean, it's year after year. We're undeveloped. We never show up to a game. There's just so much negative to say, so there's nothing he could do at this point.
All right. 15 seconds in. Maybe I need to shorten this timer. You're 15 seconds. MDC was like 5 seconds. Eric was like 10 seconds. So you guys don't need 30 seconds. Everybody just says, screw it. Get him out of here. We don't want him anymore. It doesn't matter what he does. So, because we all know a natty's not on the table, right? So.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. Ewkane, first-time caller into the stream, but a big supporter on the channel. Thank you for all the love that you show me all the time, man. It's nice to actually put a voice with the profile picture and the name. And you're officially entered into the contest to win the $200 if your score prediction is right. 31-28 North Carolina victory. So appreciate you calling in tonight, bro.
Yes, sir. Happy early birthday.
Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow, and we could maybe actually celebrate and have a good day on my birthday.
This is what it takes.
Appreciate you, man.
To wear the U.
All right, bye-bye.
On the side of your helmet.
All right, why didn't you read that out? Burgos. Wait, what? Did the robot lady just take the rest of the night off? Hold on. A Burgos came through with the 11 months Canes fan membership. A Burgos, thank you so much for the love. He says, stay loyal. Man, I appreciate you, bro. Another longtime supporter on the channel. That's almost a year, bro. Thank you for that. And then A Burgos came through to take over his rightful place on the throne, on the top donation spot, with a fat
$20.
Burgos, my man. Thank you so much for that. He says, Van Dyke will develop with or without Manny. Fire Manny, go Canes. But how many, what current players leave if Manny gets fired? Because I feel like the only players that would be upset with Manny getting fired would be potentially upperclassmen that are going to be gone anyways. Guys like Zach McLeod, right? Who have been given playtime even though they haven't really proven that they've earned it, in my opinion. Maybe they're earning it on Green Tree, but they sure as heck ain't earning it on game day. So honestly, if Manny gets canned, does anybody hit the transfer portal because they're upset? Because you see that a lot. You know what I mean? Like when a coach, you know, they've spent time under this coach and you know, that's who recruited them and yada, yada. I think that a lot of the younger guys would be hyped because they'd be like, here's our chance to actually maybe crack the rotation because we're better than a lot of these guys. And then the upperclassmen are going to mostly be gone anyways. You know, we've got the guys that, you know, Wiggins, Pope, McLeod, and these other various guys that Manny continues to play, which, you know, Pope and Wiggins haven't been given a lot of snaps. I get it, but still. Guys who are going to lose playing time, right? Baby Shaq, what's up, man? And All About the U83 is still in the building. That means the world to me, man. Because, number one, I was late for the stream. So a lot of people said, screw this, Coop is late, I ain't going to be here. Number two, the hype is low. If you're talking about any football game, literally, guys, if I want to bring in 500 people in here, do you want to know what I make my topic? I literally just put in all caps, fire Manny Diaz, rant incoming, live. Coop explodes. Boom. That's a huge title. We'll get 500 people in here if we do that. But the reality of the situation is we still have a football game tomorrow, and I still, as painful as it is, I still enjoy watching Miami Hurricanes football because I love college football, and I love this team, apparently more than the athletic director does. But that's a conversation for another day, too. So, hey, Burgos, let me sit you atop your throne real quick, and then we will get the phone lines open back up. Thank you so much, man. So that's what I was just saying. I appreciate all you guys who still show up week in and week out, whether there's a lot of hype or not. Let's get Cyclone Team Ibis in here as well. Your A&M friend wants to talk? Christopher, an outside perspective. Okay. All right. We can get that, bro. Carolina. Hey, go Canes. What's good, man? We got
this
Mike
is what
Gibson.
it take.
U-Town.
To wear the U on the side of your helmet.
How many recruits will we lose, and do you think Ken Dorsey would come back to Dayu to coach this train wreck?
U-Town.
We be big, fat, $30.
Dono to take over the throne, bro. Thank you so much, U-Town. I almost called you Utah, not the state. U-Town. Thank you so much for a $30 dono and sick profile pic, man. I love that. And I want you guys to answer too. I want you guys to answer as well. I know he's asking me, but I want you guys to address the question. He says, how many recruits will we lose? First of all, are you talking about how many recruits will we lose when Manny's gone? We'll pick up some extra recruits. I think that the train wreck that's going down right now definitely affects recruiting because I'm sorry, we're in that day and age where social media is huge. And they see the Bash Fest happening with the University of Miami. So I don't think we lose that many recruits, honestly. Maybe one or two, something like that. And then he says, do you think Ken Dorsey would come back to the U to coach this train wreck? So, okay. This is two different questions here for me in a way, the way that I want to break it down. Let me sit you atop your throne right quick while I answer them. So I would be okay with Ken Dorsey being at the University of Miami. But I don't know that I want him to be more than a quarterback's coach. I don't really know how to explain why necessarily, but I don't really know that I want him to have a bigger role than that. Maybe you guys can tell me. Maybe you guys can tell me how you're feeling about it, and I kind of want to see what you think. I don't want him to be more than that, though. I don't even know that I want him to be an offensive coordinator, honestly, come to think of it. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about the Ken Dorsey stuff? And then also, right after Utown donated the 30 while we're answering the question, my good friend Nick Polly 48 with the 6 months Canes fan membership. Thank you so much, Nick Polly. He says, Coop! What's up, brother? We're feeling pretty good, Nick. We're feeling pretty good. We got a belly full of chicken. We got a Chick-fil-A sweet tea, bro. I'm feeling pretty good. We're having a good time. Pre-birthday stream. Loving life. So let's see. A. Burgos says Ken Dorsey would. Kevin also says as QB coach. Let's see. Brandon Brown says Dorsey is trash. Let's see. Kevin says he briefly was going to be QB at App State but went to the NFL. Let's see. Mario or Bus says Bradenton Kane. What else? All About You 83 says Dorsey is quarterback or OC. I'm fine. Not head coach. Agreed. 100%. Definitely not head coach. Ken Dorsey is not head coaching material. No. No way. And just because you're an alumni does not automatically give you status to be Miami Hurricanes head coach. I don't want to talk to you, Coop. I have nothing nice to say. As for you, keep rocking it, dude, and do what you do. It's all good, Glenn. I appreciate you, man. Let's see. Highsmith for AD. Oh, 100%. 100%. Dorsey would be a really good OC. I don't know why. JP, I don't know. I'm just not feeling it. I don't know why. I don't know, man. But definitely OC would be the top. I mean, we're not talking Ken Dorsey for head coach. No, definitely not. Definitely not. You wearing the shirt right now? Are you, Chris? Let's see. We need a head coach who has done it before. Yeah, and we're in agreement on that, man. If we get a head coach, it's got to be a proven guy. I ain't taking chances on nobody, bro. Heck no. All right, phone lines open back up, guys. 865-229-4131. We'll talk about the North Carolina game, and I'm going to put you on the clock for the Manny Diaz question. All right? Utown, excellent question because I got people talking, bro. There were people over here watching my stream snoozing. And they heard your dono, and everybody woke up.
Utown.
What's going on? Who we got on the line?
This is Jay Vickers. What's up, Coach?
Hey, Vickers. What's good, bro?
Good, man. I was hoping, the Canes would win this season, and Manny Diaz would actually be a coach and not a coach.
Well, me too, but here we are. So, I told myself what's funny, and then I'll let you have the floor. I just want to say something real quick. Get this off my chest. I tell myself every year that I'm not going to fall into the hype, and I tapered my expectations a little this season, but my issue is we had that terrible year in 2019. And then 2020, even given the unusual circumstances with the COVID stuff, we still technically improved just looking sheerly at record, throwing everything else out the window. So I was like, hey, maybe this is truly the year where we only lose like 2 games. And then we go to the ACC championship game and we make it a game. Or heck, maybe we even win it. But now here I am. We said earlier in the stream that I'm hoping that we can make a bowl game, bro. And it's still early, I know. But, man.
Look, Don Solinger, the RB coach, had a great saying. And he always said, I'm like Missouri. You got to show me. And I've been through this Canes when, with Butch and seeing how great they are. And I'm just, I'm always about show me, man. Like, I don't care about the hype. I don't care about whatever. I want to see the first game that we're competitive. We're tackling. We're doing things that we should be doing.
And it's a good point because I still love the preseason talk just because we're trying to get hype for football, right? Like we got nothing else. and everybody's trying to get all excited. Everybody wants to talk about it. But again, this was supposed to be, and still could be, I get it, but this is not the matchup we thought it was going to be preseason, offseason, whatever you want to say. This was, North Carolina and Miami were going to be battling for that top spot.
No, I mean, this was Miami's year. This was Miami's year. I mean, Clemson's, everybody's down. If everything went to well and we were actually prepared, we would be on top of the ACC. All these people would be talking good about us, and instead we got Kirby, who's an Ohio State alumni, saying on air how bad UM is.
Yeah,
like that's embarrassing, man.
Which some people kind of feel like that possibly they're doing us some favors. If,
they have to.
If you're wanting Manny gone, then as much as they might want to turn a blind eye, when your program is getting bashed on national television and social media is just exploding, they see that stuff. It does have an impact.
Yeah, it's sad, man. That's all. I hope. I don't know what's going on behind, because you hear Miami Flow saying things of, Alonzo, doing something with the organization, or, I don't know. I hope something comes good out of this, and we actually get an actual coach and actual coordinators and, people that actually know how to teach how to tackle, just the basic things.
Yep. And that's why I said that I realized that literally, how long ago? Maybe 8 months ago, I was making videos saying respect Manny and give him time and yada yada. But I think what really hit me was just realizing that if you're just not head coaching material, you're just not head coaching material. Like, he's not magically going to wake up tomorrow and all of a sudden Manny is the best head coach we've had in a long time. He just doesn't have it. And it's not just, and I want to clarify that it's not just wins and losses. That's the one thing people always throw in my face. It's not just about that. It goes much, much deeper than wins and losses.
Yeah, it's just, man, I don't know why I'm just finding it more entertaining, the chaos. Like, I used to I still hear all about the U83's rants.
Yeah.
And you can even go back to like 8 or 9 years and his rants with Randy Shannon.
Yep. It's entertaining for sure, I guess, It still
like,
hurts, but
what else could you get entertained with? I mean, the product on the field is terrible.
Yeah. That's why I was telling people that, I was doing this little bit about the funeral stream tomorrow, and I'm wearing the all black with the bow tie stuff, because at the end of the day, seriously, what are we going to do? We've all vented. We've all ran to social media and expressed our frustrations. At this point, I just got to try to entertain you guys and try to get a few laughs out of people.
Yeah, how bad is it that our players have a case of a manolitis, 10 or 20 of them, so they haven't even been practicing. They don't even care. I don't know how they're going to pull a win. Like, if you're not even practicing, you're just loafing around. That's not a recipe for success.
Oh, and All About the U83 is in the chat, and he said, "You're welcome," for those rants, by the way.
Those are legendary, and they're entertaining, man. All About the U83, those things are. Well, that guy's the man.
Yeah, because I was watching him when I was still, I think I was still a teenager, and I remember putting headphones in because I didn't want my parents to hear all the cursing he was doing when he was yelling and throwing the bottles. He doesn't know that. I've never told him that. I'm pretty sure I was still a kid, so I had to sneak and watch him. Everybody else was sneaking. I'm just being blunt. Everybody else was sneaking and trying to watch all these dirty videos, and I'm over here putting in my headphones so I can watch All About the U83 rant about our loss.
I'm actually the same age as him, man, and I saw the glory days. I remember seeing Vince Wilfork in an elevator, and that man took a third of that elevator. That guy was large.
Yeah.
Like, we had some freaking players that, I remember seeing Sean Taylor and Gulliver destroy quarterbacks. Like, that guy, we had some legendary guys, and we have legendary guys now. It's just, they're in, like, these crappy coach cycles. Like, I mean, if we just had I don't know, that TCU coach, instead of Golden or I don't know, like I can't remember the other guys' names. Like we would be in a lot different situation.
Yeah.
And we always stub our own toes. I don't know.
So
the only good coach you've had is Mark Richt.
Yeah.
And even then, he had his kid. Like all he had to do was change his kid, have an offensive coordinator, and then we would be good.
Yep. Which in the end, it's easy to say that now that everything happened, but it actually ended up working out well for him since he ended up having like those health problems.
Yeah.
I think he actually had a heart attack, right?
Yeah.
And then now he has Parkinson's and stuff, so he would have been kind of on his way out regardless.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he would probably give us maybe a year more, and that's it.
So how do you feel specifically about the North Carolina game tomorrow?
Oh, we're gonna get destroyed. Like I said, half the team has manolitis, meaning they just like can't stand the guy. They don't even practice anymore. There's no heart into the game, so I don't see them coming out. I mean, UNC is like, oh my God, Miami again. Oh, this is gonna be glorious. They love doing that little U down thing.
Oh yeah, they've probably been practicing it all week.
Oh my God, they are.
And I know Mac Brown is licking his chops.
Oh my God, Mac Brown's just looking at Manolito like, oh, you dumb defense. You're the dumbest defense. I'm just gonna run it to the sides and see how you crumble. Like it's for him. We are like one of those teams that we just beat up, an FBS team.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, we're one of those. Like they should pay us for all the the butt kicking they give us.
So are you willing to give a score prediction for the game tomorrow? All right.
57-0.
Woo! Okay, let me write
right.
that. That's
57-0. They're gonna go back part 2, but whoop boogaloo.
Okay, sorry. I need a second to process this for a moment. Wow, man. Okay, so as you can see, there is very little faith amongst Miami fans at this very moment, but understandable because it's hard to argue against it, right?
Yeah, I mean, if we're hearing all the rumors, right? These guys are not practicing. There's T-Rob's all pissed off that he hates this defense. Manolito is putting his hands everywhere, like freaking the hell out. He doesn't have a defensive coordinator. He doesn't have D guys up on the booth, like looking down, seeing the whole picture. I mean, bro, like what else could go wrong?
So
like what else?
I've got you entered into the contest with the score prediction, but what I would like to do is put you on the clock. Have you seen where we're doing the whole little thing with Okay. So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna cut this down, bro. I'm gonna say 20 seconds because people are killing it. They don't even need 30 seconds. So I'm gonna say 20 seconds, and I want you to tell me what Manny Diaz would need to do to impress you enough this season with what's left of it to keep him around for 2022. You ready?
Ready.
All right, you got 20 seconds. You are on the clock.
All right, Manny needs to step down, give up his salary, and let the next coach coach.
All right, didn't even need the 20 seconds in under 8 seconds, so nothing Manny could do to change your mind to keep him around for another season. Give him the boot. Bring in a real, true head coach. It's all right, man. I appreciate it. I enjoyed the conversation, and I got your number down so I can set. What's your actual full official YouTube name?
It's Jay Vickers.
Jay Vickers, okay. Because I want to add you into my contacts list.
All right, man.
So that way I can address you properly next time.
Man.
So.
Keep doing your YouTube thing, man. You got a great personality, dude.
Hey, appreciate it. I am here to entertain. That's my job. So appreciate you watching, man.
All right, man.
All right, have a good night, bro.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye. All right, so it is now 20 seconds, guys. It is now 20 seconds instead of 30 seconds because you guys are just killing it and you don't even need the time. So let me address some of these comments real quick. Anything could happen. GD, anything could happen. Firefighter Kane, what's good, bro? Cyclone Ibis Kane, let's get you in here. Let's get you in here. Let's see. I should have your number saved. And I am going to have links for the game tomorrow, guys. I had people texting me saying, are you going to have links? Yes, I will have links for the game tomorrow. So just stop by the stream. You can flip and dislike it. I don't care. It don't matter. You can dislike it. You can do whatever you want, but I'll still hook you up with a link. So that way you can watch the game for free because it's going to be on ACC Network. I'm looking for Cyclone Ibis Kane. Let me get Hurricane Logan in here. He just donated and called simultaneously. How do you even do that? Logan, I got a question for you.
This is what it
Go ahead.
I'm going to let it read out your dono because... Hold on.
Love orange heart, green heart, may I call?
Logan, thank you. I can personally thank you. I love that. I can actually say thank you right here live on the air with you on the phone. I know how you did it because there's a little bit of a delay. What I was going to ask you is how the heck did you literally simultaneously donate $20 and then call like at the exact same time on my screen? So.
Oh.
But man, so what we're going to do, I don't know if you've been in the stream all night or not.
I haven't.
What I'm doing is at least briefly discussing the Miami, North Carolina game. Because at the end of the day, we do have a game tomorrow. And I realize there are bigger fish to fry. There's other things going down, right? So we talk about the Miami, North Carolina game for a moment. And then what I'm doing is giving each caller officially 20 seconds to tell me what Manny Diaz would have to do to impress them enough with what is left in this season to keep him around for 2022. And your answer, I'll go ahead and just give you the disclaimer as well in case you haven't been here. It can be that there's nothing he can do. It can be that we have to win not national championship. Whoa, let me back up. Win the ACC championship. Whatever it may be, you just let me know. And I have a timer up on the screen, and I give you 20 seconds to tell me. Most people have needed less than 5 seconds to tell me.
20 seconds for what now?
You would have, and I'll let you know before we do it. You would have, there's a timer on my screen, and I would give you 20 seconds, and you tell me what Manny Diaz would have to accomplish this season with what's left of it for you to be okay with keeping him as the head coach in 2022. I've had people tell me, wait, you can hold it, because we'll get to that part. It can be that you don't want him to be no matter what, and that can be your answer. It can be whatever you want, all right? But it's just like a little segment thing that we're doing. So until then, how do you feel about the game tomorrow? Because I know that you'll hit me with pure honesty.
Right. So, going back to any bye week that Manny's ever had, to include bowl games, there hasn't been a good result. I feel like the false hope that we have is our players had a fight, and then there was a players-only meeting, and people may buy into that and think there's hope that there's going to be something different. And I just don't know the validity of that, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But, at the end of the day, the best thing that makes Manny credible is playing the best player. Regardless of the senior, junior, just play the best guy. And then at the same time, make sure that you not only develop that player, which is not only his responsibility, it's the coaches, the assistant coaches or position coaches' responsibility, but develop the player. Put him in the best scenario to win. If your O-line is slacking, throw another running back or tight end back there, which we have not seen at all because Mallory is not doing a good job like Brevin did at blocking, So if you know that something's wrong or is hurting the team and you're going to continually excuse the reason why we lost for that, you need to scheme against it and prevent it, right?
Now, how do you feel about the comments coming out of Manny saying that some upperclassmen have been very upset over these last few weeks as they are seeing their roles being reduced, basically their playtime being cut? Number one, do you think that that's actually even happening? Because we haven't seen a whole lot of it yet other than maybe Pope and Wiggins riding the bench a little bit more. So is that actually even happening? And then number two, is it too little too late if it even does actually start to happen?
So Man, that's a hard question.
I know it's loaded. I know it's loaded because that's what people want, right? We've been saying play the young guys because we feel like that, they've earned it. I realize we're not at practice every single day, so we don't see this stuff, but we know that that's an issue with Manny Diaz. We've seen it time and time again. We're not making this stuff up, and that's something. That's a step we wanted to see him take, was to take some of these upperclassmen and say, you're not performing well. You're going on the bench. We're playing some of these younger guys. And he said that, these guys are getting upset because we told them you're going to be riding the bench. Some of these other guys are going to be seeing snaps. But like I said, is it too little too late? Or is he actually even doing it? Or is it all just talk? Is it just more political BS? I'm throwing a lot at you, aren't I? Yeah, Logan's like, Coop, I'm going through a tunnel. I can't hear you.
Yeah, I think if you knew my work schedule too, you'd really be like, "Holy crap, how is he doing this?"
Yeah, no, I know you're always busy, man. So that's why I appreciate you taking time to call in.
Yeah, so I'm doing about 16 hours a day for the last 3 months.
Ooh.
But regardless of that, that's way out of the loop, and not what the fans in the chat want to hear. One thing I'll say is the best thing that Manny can do is play the best player and make sure that that player is developed, or is developing, right? So if that player comes out in week 1 making freshman mistakes, make sure that week 4, when he's still out there, those mistakes are maybe still happening but being reduced, and that's been one of his biggest weaknesses when you look at the linebacker core. When Pinkney, Shaq, and McLeod came in, none of them left like Perryman. Perryman is now an NFL star. Yep. Honestly, he is. And I think Perryman's going to get better in the NFL than he is now. Perryman left Miami better than he did when he joined. That's not the case right now with our linebackers. Our linebackers, even right now, I think are clueless. So I think, personally with me, Manny created the culture that he has. And his responsibility right now is to fix it and own it. Meaning when you hear players like senior guys that are going to transfer, you can't sit there and give into that. You need to sit there and let them transfer and do what they got to do and play the next guy who we know is better than the guy threatening to transfer. We have guys way better than D. Wiggins. We have guys way better than Mark Pope, who is pulling a Tate Martell playing corner. We have the guys. It's the leader's responsibility to play the better man. And that sets a culture for your next recruiting class. No one's going to want to come to Miami if you play politics and play the older guy when you know the younger guy's better, you know?
Which, it's really weird when you bring up culture, because there was actually so much hype surrounding Manny Diaz when it came to the culture that he was going to bring to Miami, right? Look back when he got hired, it was this hashtag TNM, the new Miami, the way that we're going to play. I don't remember the exact quote he made at that conference that time, but he was like, you're either going to play for Miami or you're going to get your butt kicked by Miami. And it was, oh man, the swag and the turnover chain and the rings and all this stuff. And it's crazy because it was all hype and all talk.
Coop, there's an easy catch for that, and I'm going to keep saying it. And it's the 100% truth. If you look back in Miami, what made our defense dominant in the 80s is when we went from a 3-4 to a 4-3. Manny Diaz replaced D'Onofrio, who was a great coach. That's coming from former players. Former players said that D'Onofrio was a great coach. He was a hard ass. He was hard on them, but his scheme just didn't fit Miami. The easiest thing that set us clueless on Manny is he came in with the right scheme. And when you come in Miami with the scheme and you have the players, you have the speed, linebacker's different now. It's a little less weight, more speed. It's easy to substitute your scheme. At the end of the day, you got to develop and you got to recruit and you have to play your best player.
Fair. I mean, I don't think anybody can argue with that. So,
D'Onofrio unfortunately made Manny look a lot better than what he really is. And it's no offense to Manny, because I'm a big accountability guy, and I'm going to always hold the leaders above him accountable. Manny never deserved or belonged in this job, and he got hired for why. We've had this discussion. You talked about it, but it's a waste of time. But it is what it is right now. And if Manny wants to right the ship, help your players be in the best scenario to win and play your best players, period.
Because I do think that Manny does love the University of Miami and the football team. it's just, man.
Larry Coker did too.
Yeah, yeah. So I know we started out kind of talking about the North Carolina game. Do you want to give a score prediction for tomorrow, or are you?
I can't, man. It's so impossible.
And I think I'm gonna be honest with you. I was kind of getting that vibe. That's why I was like, I don't know if he's really gonna fill up for that. So
yeah. So like, my mood with score prediction is, especially with Miami, it's always impossible to predict the score because we always play down our opponent's talent. But then again, you look at our bye week history, it's really hard to predict the score.
Yeah. And that's why I said it's funny.
Hold on. If you don't mind real quick, Larry Coker did not win national championships. Former players on 30 for 30, come on, guys. We're all big Canes fans. We all know that he was a freaking chaperone for the championship. And we saw the program decline under Larry Coker. So don't say stupid stuff like that. Go ahead.
Because I was going to say that, everybody that's called in so far has predicted a Miami Hurricanes loss. And understandably so. I predicted a Miami Hurricanes loss. I have North Carolina winning 34-17. What's funny, though, is I've said a Miami Hurricanes thing to do would be that we come out and we end up spanking North Carolina, and then everyone's like, well, wait a minute, that this looked good, this looked okay, and then we lose 2 or 3 games in a row after that.
Right.
It's just one of those things where we come, you don't know. It's like you said, it's impossible to predict a Miami Hurricanes score because you don't flip and know. There's no consistency there at all.
Right.
So it's tough.
And North Carolina game is tough to predict because if you look at last year we got our asses kicked bad.
Yeah.
And when you compare a loss like that is so bad, it comes to a point to where what are the coaches doing? What are the players doing? Someone's got to step up on those levels. And no one did, and it just kept happening. They kept running the ball, and we got embarrassed. And that comes into – at the end of the day, it comes into coaching, because we were out-coached and outplayed. But that's what worries me the most is the outlier of that game. Nothing has changed really from last year to this year. So I just think it comes into game planning and preparation. And I just hope that this staff is doing the right thing. There's no reason they shouldn't because they've already jacked a lot of stuff up. And when you're on the hot seat like you are, there's no way that you want to sit there and come out and perform like you did last year.
Yeah.
Or you're going to get fired.
Yeah, and that's my biggest concern is when you're talking about the coaching is definitely getting out coached this game.
Yes,
but
sir.
I wanted to see if you wanted to participate in the little timed thing. Basically, I give you 20 seconds, and you tell me what Manny could do to impress you enough to keep him around till next year. You want to do it?
Well,
yeah, wait, hold it. If you want to do it, I'll literally put you on the clock, and I'll say go, and you do your thing.
Okay, so what's the standards here? Because this is terrible.
It can be whatever you want to say. So I say, what could, and the reason why, I'll tell you why I'm doing this, so maybe it makes a little more sense. I wanted to kind of gauge my viewers and see if there were people who felt like Manny could redeem himself this year in their eyes. So no one has to agree with you. I don't want anyone to go off of just piggybacking off of what the national media says or what they see on social media. I wanted people to come forward and say, if Manny, this is an example, so this is not my opinion. If Manny takes us to the ACC championship game and we win it, I'd be okay if he stayed around till next year. Basically, give him an extra year, or not an extra year. He's good till 2023. Or I had a caller call in and say, I don't care what Manny Diaz does, give him the boot. It doesn't matter. So that just to give you an idea of two contrasting, two opposite ends of it. And basically, what I'm doing is I'm giving you 20 seconds to explain to me, because some people are like, no, if Manny does these things, this, and this, then I'll be okay with him having another year. And I give you 20 seconds to do so. Most people finished in 5 seconds, so you probably don't even need the 20.
So just so you know, as soon as I'm done, I'm hanging up. That's
okay.
No offense to you.
I've got a little so I can let you know when it's 20.
Basically, this question is, what does Manny have to do to keep his job?
Yes. In your eyes. So not not like what you think that the program will say or what. It's to you personally. What would Manny have to do for you to say, you know what, he can have next year, he can stay because he accomplished this, whatever it is. If anything. All right, you ready?
Yep.
All right, you are on the clock.
Okay. Recruit, develop, play the best player, adjust to your struggles, and win.
My man, Hurricane Logan, don't need the 20 seconds either. The man knew what he wanted to say, and he got his point across. It was actually like 10 seconds, but I cut it off a little bit late. Hurricane Logan, my man, thank you so much again for the love and the support, the $20 dono, man. And like I said, the little bit with the timer it's just for fun. It's for me personally, really, to kind of gauge where a lot of my viewers stand with that, to see if there is something that Manny could do to impress someone enough with what is left of the season to give him the 2022 season. And that's what I wanted to see, because believe it or not, I realize that all of you guys, I realize that 90, I'm just going to be blunt here, 95% of you watching this right now, 9 out of 10 people want Manny gone regardless.
Your helmet.
All aboard the petty train. Let's go, Brandon Grin.
Hurricane Logan, bro. Now, did you realize, Logan, that you officially attended the Manny Diaz pre-funeral event live stream? Did you notice that I'm in all black for the occasion? We're suited up, bro. We're suited up. We made the joke that tomorrow is Manny Diaz's funeral, visiting the Reaper, Mac Brown, in Chapel Hill. So this was the pre-funeral live stream event. Spectacular extraordinaire. I'm exaggerating a little bit there. But thank you so flippin' much, bro, for all the love. Like, holy crap. Let me hold on. Let me sit you atop your throne up there, bro. Give me just a second. Let me compose myself here. Thank you for all the love, man. And I know that no, Logan, if I it's a good thing I know you're joking, or I would block that message from her reading that out loud. Oh my good gravy. If you know, you know. Let me read it out. I want you to react to what Hurricane Logan says. If you know, then
this
you
is what
know.
It take to wear the U on the side of your helmet.
Oh my gosh.
To Burdine for AD. That's the ultimate funeral, rolling on the floor laughing.
Oh my good gravy. Hold on, I need a second. Hold on. Even hearing that name gives me heartburn. Hold on a second. Do you guys know who Talberdine is? Does anybody go back far enough to know who Hurricane Logan is talking about? Oh my gosh, hold on. I need a moment. Hold on. I gotta step away from my computer for a moment after that one. Hold on. Woo! Bro broke out the Talberdine for AD. Oh man, that makes my brain hurt. Seriously. You guys must not know. There must not be enough people here that know who Talberdine is. I'm going to tell you something. The reason why a lot of you don't know who Talberdine is because he's been banned on this channel, because the man is an absolute crazy psychopath, extreme Miami Hurricanes homer, if I've ever seen one. Like, I am a Miami Hurricanes fan. You guys know that win or loss, I continue to bleed orange and green, because I care about this football program. I care about the University of Miami. But I'm all about constructive criticism and speaking your piece about the program because we just want what's best for the team, right? But let me tell you something. Tabardine will defend Manny Diaz and this team to the literal death. I am talking, when I said one bad thing about Manny Diaz, and the guy sent me a novel of a DM and told me that he hopes that me and my entire family get run over by a bus because I said a bad thing about Manny Diaz. Listen, and I know you guys are like, Coop, he's just trolling you. He's just messing with you. No, listen. You don't know this dude. This dude is absolutely insane. He loves Manny. I truly almost think it's a Manny Diaz burner account, or it's someone in Manny Diaz's family. Honestly. The guy, does he still comment on other channels? I blocked him. I'm pretty sure T2Y blocked him. I thought he did. Flo probably blocked. I think everybody's blocked him. He's crazy. So that's why it's so funny. So I know Logan goes back because he remembers before Tabardine was blocked on this channel. You should support till he's gone. Maybe he's a diehard fan. But you have to understand, Black Magic, that constructive criticism is okay. There's nothing wrong with constructive criticism. This Tabardine guy, we could lose 100-0, and you know what he would say?
This is what it takes.
I see no negatives here. Everything's positive always, no matter what.
Let's keep the support going.
You understand what I'm saying?
You supports you fans. See, Miami has enough money to go get Mario. Ha ha ha.
U-Town coming up. Don't know, guys. Listen, don't turn this into a battle, okay? Don't do that. Logan works a lot. Logan needs to save his money for himself, and U-Town needs to do the same thing. U-Town, I will sit you atop your throne. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. You support you fans. I love it, man. Thank you for that. No, I'm telling you, I'm not kidding, guys. Are you telling me that if we lost, I'll be realistic. Fine, I'll be realistic. That if we lost 52-7, are you telling me there's no negatives there? I'm waiting. Are you telling me there would be no negatives? It's impossible. Of course there would be negatives. Somebody missed a tackle. Somebody missed a throw. Somebody threw a pick. I realize they're human beings and nobody's perfect, but the man. Okay, I'm making this part of the stream about him, and he's banned and he's not here anymore, so we're not going to do that. Let's carry on and let's get the phone line open back up. Let me sit U-Town on his throne. So you're a Mario fan, U-Town, or was that just a joke? Was it a joke, or are you actually a Mario Cristobal fan? Oh my good gravy! I'll never get rid of that dude. I will never be able to truly get rid of Tabardine. His ghost lives on. So you better remember my name when Oregon dominates tonight without the best college football running back, Marcus. You were the Oregon fan? I guess you were the Oregon fan. John Bird says, I remember him. He was an idiot. I'm glad somebody else remembers John, so they know that I'm not crazy. He said, Coop, take care. Go Canes. Appreciate you, John, as always. Logan,
I'm going to kick your butt. Logan, I am going to...
This is what it takes,
bro,
to wear the U on the side of your helmet.
Your best leaders are those who listen or see the constructive criticism and take action. It ain't happening at the HC, AD or Board of Trustee position. We as fans have to be better and demand accountability. It's been over 15 years. Win and develop.
See, and it's more than just wins and losses even. It goes deeper even than that, right? Now, winning is, if we're being honest here, winning is really probably the most important thing. At the end of the day, you got to win. You have to. Hurricane Logan with the big fat $50 dono to take the board. Don't Don't. 'Cause the thing, Marcus, Ewkane and Hurricane Logan are very generous. They're big longtime viewers on the channel. Don't Logan. Logan, I'm about. It's not okay. Here's the thing, guys, and we'll get back to the phone calls. I promise. People think it's like a bit, so people are like, "Coop, he doing that." It's the reverse psychology thing to get. No, like you guys have supported me more than enough throughout the years. That's trust me. The show has. We're good. We're good. All right, we're good. Thank you so much, Hurricane Logan, with the top donut with the 50. I have sat you atop your throne where you belong. You earned it, man, and I appreciate you guys. So let's get it opened back up. So no, Ewkane, don't for real. I will find you and I will kick your butt. I'm only 115 pounds soaking wet, but I'm really fast. I'm really fast, man, like super duper fast. So let me get the phone line open back up and get another caller in here. Cyclone Ibis Kane, I would like to give you a call. Maybe I'll call you, bro. I'm gonna call you. Hold up. I said that earlier. I saved your number in here. Cyclone. Wait, I didn't save your number, and I'll tell you why. Your number comes up as restricted. That's why. The people like that, Black Magic, honest to goodness, everybody who does contribute, you guys are the reason why I have a nice studio, a soundproof studio, a professional mirrorless camera with my setup instead of a webcam, the lighting, the $400 microphone with the mixer. It's thanks to you guys. It's thanks to all of you for supporting. What's going on? Who we got on the line?
Hey, what's up, Coop? This is Alex, man.
Yo, it's Alex. How are you tonight, man?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm happy in one way because there's Miami football tomorrow, but I'm also a little nervous, but also not nervous because I kind of feel like I know what to expect. You know, one of those kind of days.
On the side of your
I think we all know what to expect.
Go
tomorrow,
fund
man.
me for Marcus. Money
the thing
mouth
that's kind
face.
of you can't predict is whether Manny's gonna have a job after this weekend or not. You know, we're in a real life soap opera with this freaking team, bro.
Yeah, and that you bring up an excellent point that I want the chat to talk about while you and I talk for a few minutes. Do you think that if we get let's go ahead and expect the worst for this little analogy that we're going to do. If we get blown out tomorrow, does Manny still have a job next week? Because I think, yes, he still does. Not because I want him to, but because I think that they won't fire him after a North Carolina loss. But what do you think, and what does everybody in the chat think?
The thing is, like, as much as I want Manny fired, like, it's not going to happen after the North Carolina game because it would take a 2015 Clemson type loss in order for Manny to be fired. 58-0.
And I agree with that.
Something ridiculous like that. But if Manny loses 42-17 and he comes out in that press conference and he talks how he did last year, it's like, a lot of these young guys, we showed heart. This is a rebuild. We all knew that coming into this year, which is just like BS because all the talk this year was about winning the Coastal, competing with North Carolina, playing Clemson in the ACC championship game. That was all the talk leading up to the year, which, speaking of that, bro, if there was ever a year to win the ACC, it's this year.
Yeah,
Clemson
100%.
right now is playing Syracuse. They look pitiful. Clemson,
Well, it is.
North Carolina,
Go ahead.
Carolina's
Sorry.
taking a step back. North Carolina's taking a step back. The Coastal's a bunch of mediocre teams. I was at the Virginia game. No Miami team should ever be in a four-quarter battle with frickin' Virginia, bro. That is a team that every year they go in there and they're like, look, our main thing is basketball, but if in football we can get 8 wins, that is a very successful season. The highlight of Virginia's program is getting blown out in the ACC championship game by Clemson and beating Miami on the last night of the Orange Bowl 48-0. That is their 2 proudest moments in their football program's history, and we're a part of it, and that's just pitiful. That's disgusting.
Now, how do you feel about the phrase that I've seen floating around social media and flooding my inbox via Twitter? And it's this: the Miami Hurricanes are just a mediocre team, and it is what it is.
We are a mediocre team, but it shouldn't just be it is what it is, because we are in the recruiting hotbed. Okay, this is the recruiting hotbed for football.
See, and you actually you addressed the part of it that I was hoping you would. So that hats off for you mentioning that, because it is the last part that I wanted to make a big deal out of, is people saying it is what it is. I have people who tell me, you know what, Miami just sucks. Get used to it, and that's how it's going to be.
Look, you know what upsets me, man? This is what pisses me off. We used to set up the state of Miami, right? Palm Beach, Broward, Dade County. Those were our counties. That was our turf. Florida State, Florida, all these other programs, they'd get a few guys out of there. But mostly all those dudes would get together and be like, yo, we're kicking ass down here. Let's kick ass with the U. Let's ride
This
with
is what
Miami.
it take.
And now what are they doing?
To wear the U.
I saw
on the side
something
of your
earlier
helmet.
today that
Miami
Alabama
will
has
win tomorrow
26
51.
players on
U-Town
their team
50.
from the South Florida
Hurricane
area,
Logan.
from
Lol.
the state of Miami,
I
and they're
love
playing
this.
for Bama.
I actually think Miami will win tomorrow. Rolling on the floor
sad,
laughing.
Bro. That is sad. You don't think these kids want to stay here playing Hard Rock in an NFL stadium in front of their mom and dad and their girlfriends from high school and kick ass with the U on their side of their helmet and beat those sorry-ass Seminoles from up north? They want to do that. It's just, what have they seen? Recruits from this year were not born when we won our last national championship, bro. They know nothing except for mediocre football.
And tell me this, just being honest. Now, I've posed this question before, and people are always like, well, and I'm like, no. Set your Canes pride aside. Let's say you're a diehard Miami Hurricanes fan, like it sounds like you are. Your son is choosing between several different schools, and Miami is one of them. You're thinking about his future. Would you want him to go to Miami right now?
Hell no.
And that's the thing. That's just being blunt. And I'm glad you're being honest with me, because I'm going to say the same thing. My answer would be no. If my
son has Georgia, Bama, LSU, Florida, and Miami on the table, and he's picking between the hats right before signing day, I'm saying, like, look, we grew up in South Florida, but you better not pick that U hat, because you have a chance to go to the NFL.
Because you're thinking about your son's future, and you realize that right now, with the way he would be coached at Miami, he would not be developed properly. And it would not look like a bright future for him when it comes to going to the NFL if that's what he wanted to do. It's just being honest.
It's not just the player development. We're also looking at the wrong players, bro. Manny Diaz has been on the defensive staff since 2016. This defense is his fault. North Carolina put up 550 yards rushing on us last season. We had two top 2-round draft picks on the edges in Jalen Phillips and Quincy Roche. Who do we have now? Zach McLeod. They're going to run all over us. And if they don't do that, Sam Howell, who is an NFL prospect, is going to torch our secondary. Torch it. We're going to be lit up. I'm going to say my score prediction right now.
All right.
58-13. That is the score prediction. We're going to get freaking stomped.
And that could, unfortunately, realistically happen. Now, I don't know. Are you on? I'm kind of putting you on the spot here, and you don't have to answer this because it's kind of a touchy question.
Mm-hmm.
How do I ask this? You want Miami? You would prefer for Miami to win tomorrow, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The reason I'm asking is you might have saw when I did that video where there are people who want Miami to lose because they feel like it will expedite, kicking Manny Diaz out of town.
No, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
And it's okay if people do feel that way. I tell people that does not make you a fan. You are still a Miami Hurricanes fan. That's only you know if you're truly a fan.
A weird way,
right?
But...
It's just everybody has an idea of how to make us great again. I just personally, bro, there's no way I could watch the game tomorrow and be like, yes, Sam Howell just threw another touchdown pass, so we're down 21-3. There's no way I could ever do that.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. But can I say something real quick, Coop?
Yeah.
Manny Diaz took over in 2019, right?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, that is Blake James made the single worst coaching hire in the history of the University of Miami, because I have nothing personal against Manny Diaz. I've met him like twice before. Very nice guy. But he's not qualified for the job he has now. He's just not. And that's just the fact of the matter. And he should be fired because he's not performing up to the standard that we want a coach to be performing to. But again, that's nothing against him. And to all the people like saying personal attacks against him, that's just flat out wrong. And that's not what you're supposed to do.
I would never do that either.
Yeah, I'm not saying you have. I'm just saying I know there's people out there on social media that have, and I just want to say that quick.
Yeah.
Two, Mark Richt really didn't leave us in a terrible situation. There was talent on that 2019 team. Okay, we weren't going to win the national championship, but we could have won 10 games with the right guy. We competed against Florida, who had a pretty good year that year. You know, it's just, I don't get how he made it out of 2019 losing to Georgia Tech, who won like 2 games that year, one of them against an FCS team and the other one against us. Losing to FIU and having to put up garbage points at the end of the game to make it like 31-24, losing to Louisiana Tech and losing to Duke. It's ridiculous. We should have at least gone 9-3.
The thing is I realize that I'm willing to back up and realize that I kind of understand what they were going for as far as they were promoting from within someone who was already familiar with the program and someone who a lot of Canes fans actually liked. Manny Diaz, go back, forget his head coaching career. Exactly. That's kind of the point I'm trying to make is Manny Diaz was a guy that we all liked for the most part. You know, there were a few exceptions, of course.
We all
but
liked Randy Shannon,
I'm willing to back up and say, you know what? I see what they were trying to do. But they also have to understand that this was a little experiment that just isn't working out. It's not looking good.
What they were trying to do is recreate that lightning in a bottle that they caught with Jimmy Johnson and with Butch Davis. They were trying to recreate that. We caught lightning in a bottle freaking twice, bro, where we found this stud assistant coach, first-time head coach, and he built a monster of a football team. But guess what? You can't really do that in modern college football. That's so rare. You need a proven guy. Why did Alabama become who they are? Did they hire some random assistant? No, they hired Nick Saban, who had already won a championship with LSU, had been in college football for years and years, was an NFL head coach with the Miami Dolphins. That's who they hired. They didn't hire some random assistant. They went for proven talent. And that's what we need to do. We're not going to get Mario, but if we can get like Mark Stoops or some other really good head coach that's proven, I'm very okay with that. But I don't want some assistant like Joe Brady. Joe Brady's 32 years old, and all he's ever done is passing game. Great coach. I'm never going to be like Joe Brady, so no disrespect there. But he doesn't have the resume. He's an offensive coordinator in his second year with the Carolina Panthers, and he was the passing game coordinator for LSU, which granted Joe Burrow had the greatest season of all time. But that wasn't all Joe Brady.
Right.
Played a big part, but that wasn't all him.
All right, man. So we've got the North Carolina talk out of the way. I got your official score prediction. The big UNC victory, 58-13. We've kind of talked about, we've already touched on kind of how we feel about Manny at the moment. So I'm going to be honest with you. I know where this is going, but it's kind of a little bit, whatever you want to call it, that we're doing on the channel, where I'm going to give you, if you want to participate, 20 seconds to tell me what Manny Diaz could do to impress you personally enough to be okay with him sticking around for the 2022 season. You want to do it?
Okay. Yeah.
And I'll tell you go. I have a little thing that I'll ding when your time is up, but most people don't even need 20 seconds. So, you ready?
Yeah, I need like 10.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, and you're on the clock.
Reverse my score prediction, beat UNC 58-13, win out the rest of the games, win the ACC championship, and blow out our bowl game. That's the only way I'm okay with it. If he loses one more game, kick his ass out of here. Even if it's just by 1 point, I'm done.
All right. Didn't need to, I should have made this like 5 seconds to actually make it difficult. You guys are coming with the heat tonight. So flipping the UNC score. We got to blow them out. We got to win ACC championship. We got to win the bowl game. Okay. And I'm kind of
blow out the bowl game.
Blow
Not
out
just
the
win.
bowl game.
Blow out the bowl game.
Gotcha. All right,
Especially if it's some garbage Louisiana Tech team, some trash like that, which that's just embarrassing, losing 14-0. He should have been fired after that, too.
Basically kind of the same point that I've been making and some others have as well, that more or less basically starting tomorrow, I know this sounds extreme, we just need to do a complete 180. Like, it would have to look like an entirely different coached team taking the field at Keenan Memorial Stadium starting tomorrow.
We would need to have a Freaky Friday situation where Nick
Fair.
Saban enter Manny Diaz's body. That's what
Fair.
we would need.
Fair. Okay. Yeah. So, all right, man. I appreciate you calling in tonight. I enjoyed the conversation, and I've got you down, so you're officially entered into the contest and everything as well.
All right. Good night, Coop.
All right. Good night. Appreciate y'all. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye. Yeah, man, you guys are on top of it tonight. Holy crap. I thought you guys, I was like 30 seconds. You know, I'm going to have to be cutting people off. I'm going to have to be dinging my dinger. And, whoa, that sounded really weird. Don't. Remind me to never say that ever again. I'm going to have to be cutting you guys off. And you guys, 10 seconds, 5 seconds. But I do have to take just a moment. Let me make sure and clean my glasses here to make sure that I'm reading this correctly. Ewkane came through
with $51.
Bro, are you and Logan okay? Like, what in the world, man? Coming through with the single top dono, the $51. He says Miami will win tomorrow, 51. Ewkane to 50. Hurricane Logan. LOL, I love this. I actually think Miami will win tomorrow. Ewkane, let me take just a moment to sit you atop your throne. And I still am going to find you and Hurricane Logan, and I'm going to kick both of your butts. Now, I know some of you guys are wondering, you're like, why would they're showing Coop love? Why would he threaten to kick their butts? Because I told them to stop showing me so much love, but they keep doing it. So I'm going to find them, and I'm going to kick their booties. But thank you guys. But seriously, that's you have officially won the competition, and you are up there on your throne. So there you go. So Cyclone Team Ibis, what I do is I write down the numbers for the contest, but then I shred those papers so people's numbers aren't floating around. But then I save you in the caller ID, and I'm telling you that on my end, because I thought the second time you called in, Cyclone, because I enjoyed the conversation. And I was like, I thought I saved his number. And then then when I went back and reviewed it, I checked my call log, and on my end, your phone number really does show up as blocked or restricted. So I don't have you in my caller ID. So you'll have to, at the very least, man, how can I get you in if I can't even see your area code? Let me check my contact list one more time real quick just to make sure. Ewkane comes through and says, because at the end of the day, it's always better when you rep the U. I love it, man. I love it, bro. When you done tonight, we'll probably go maybe like 15 or 20 more minutes. Let's see. I'm going back and reading some of the conversations. Losing to FIU, LA Tech, Duke, Oklahoma State, unacceptable. I agree. A coach that has a resume. I agree, Dimitri. Now, what if we lose Kinchins or James to the portal after the Carolina game? We do start having a pretty big problem if some of those guys start hitting the portal, right? It's understandable, just being honest, if Pope hits the portal. Like, Pope and Wiggins are probably hitting the portal, and I'm going to be blunt with you guys. Listen, those guys are Miami Hurricanes. I wish them the best of luck in their college career, whatever it may hold, and potential future NFL career if that's what they choose to pursue. But when we're purely talking production, we're talking numbers. So no one takes it out of context and personal, because parents watch this. We're not going to miss Pope or Wiggins. I'm just being honest. It's the truth, guys. We're not. I saw someone say, Eric said, why can't we just give Manny more time? Well, that's why I'm posing the question tonight, Eric, of what could Manny Diaz do for you to be willing to give him more time with what's left of the season? The remaining games, what does Manny Diaz need to do for you to say, you know what, let me give him a little more time? Because here's my thing. It's deeper than wins and losses. I sound like a broken record, guys. But it's more than wins and losses. I'm looking at guys not being developed. I'm looking at excuse after excuse after excuse with no accountability in the interviews. These types of things cannot continue to happen, and he's been doing that for the last 3 years. I have to at least, listen, bro. I have to at least be seeing baby steps in the right direction. It ain't even got to be leaps and bounds. If we, bro, I can't. I get the argument of people saying we're going to get nowhere if we just fire head coaches every 3 years and we just end up in this same endless cycle rotation of hiring new people. But if we are at least consistent, I don't want to only win 10 games a season, but give me 2 or 3 years in a row of at least that, some kind of consistency of something I can look at as a positive. But we're going backwards, not forwards. And like I said, it ain't even got to be huge steps, just baby steps. Show me some promise that, you know what, even though that was close, it looks like we're getting better. But I don't feel that. I'm not feeling that. Are you? How many people are in here right now? How many people are in here? 103. 103 of you. Are you feeling any of that right now? Are you feeling any consistency? Are you feeling in any way that we are making even baby steps in the right direction, striving towards being better? Can you answer that and tell me, yes, we are? I'm going to wait. No, go ahead. Be honest. Stop holding back. I'm waiting. Okay. I played the crickets, but we actually have a couple of answers. I feel like he's recruiting great. Wait, Manny? Are you talking about Manny, Steve? No, y'all are booty cheeks. Not even hating. Fair. Justin says, heck no. B-Do Miami says, nope. Ewkane, absolutely not. Do you go after an NFL coach? I'm not opposed to that. As long as the resume is head coaching experience, Shannon. That's just my personal take. Gabe says, yeah, wait. All right, if your answer to that is yes, Gabe, then you're going to have to give me some meat on the bone. I'm going to have to know what it is. I'm going to have to know what you're seeing, because I'm not seeing it. Depends on the era of Canes you are comparing our progress to. So we're not comparing any eras, Steve. I'm strictly saying this era. The last 3 seasons. The last 3 seasons, are we seeing positive forward progress, even if it's in small amounts, as a whole? So I'm not talking about nitpick. Well, you know, our wide receivers are catching the ball a little more. I'm talking about as a whole, because we have to win games at the end of the day, or none of it matters. Yeah, I've got your IBIS. I've got your area code is 225. 225. Last year we had a good year. I mean, I see what you're talking about if we're looking purely at record, but so let's get the phone line open back up. I want to take a few more phone calls. I did get a late start tonight. How long we been live? How long we been live? 2 hours and 7 minutes. Okay. So I'll stay live a little bit longer. I want to take a few more phone calls. Who are you guys saying that you want to get in? I want to get Cyclone Ewkane in. It's all about the U1. DM me on Twitter. DM me on Twitter. I apologize if I've been missing your messages. I see it now. DM me on Twitter. And I just need to double check that because I don't remember if I did. I told you I'd go back and check it, and I don't. It was the Michigan State game. DM me on Twitter, bro. Do not let me forget. Hit me up on Twitter, and if I don't answer, hit me up on Twitter again. So what we're discussing is, so Dale wants in Marcus. You want Marcus? Marcus, okay, but is Marcus trying to call in? U-Town says, hell no. I don't think Marcus is trying to call, bro. Manny, every interview after every game, this is what the team does to everyone, and next week the team gets beat by some. Look at App State, bro. Look at App State and the Raging Cajuns. Marcus is? What's his? He's the Oregon fan. Okay. What's his area code? He can call in. I don't care if you're a Miami fan or not. You don't have to be. All right, give me a call, Cyclone Team Ibis. And I swear if it shows me your number, then I will take it. Or I will write it down. Excuse me. Let me scroll through and look again. I'm going to type in your name. Let's see. Cyclone. No, I don't have it saved. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting for a 225. We're going to take like maybe 3 more phone calls, guys. Like three more phone calls, and then we'll wrap it up for tonight. I'm looking for 225. That's 225. There's 225. Yo, what's good? Who we got on the line?
Hello.
What's up? Who we got?
Coach, this is Jordan Page.
Jordan Page.
Down here in Zachary, Louisiana, calling you from Hurricane Lane.
Dude, do you want to know something absolutely wild?
Sure.
I swear, and tell me if this actually legitimately happened or if I dreamed all of this. I'm having deja vu bad right now. Didn't we say a couple of streams ago that I was looking for a 225 because Cyclone Team Ibis has the same area code as you, and you called in and I addressed you as Cyclone Team Ibis, and you said, no, this is Jorn? It literally happened again right now.
No, you called me. That's what was crazy.
I called you. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Like, what are the chances? Because right now.
I know, right?
Now, number one, we're going to take your call. I'm just saying it's funny because I was like, let me wait for a 225. The next call that calls in is a 225, and it was the same person. Bro, that's wild, man. That's crazy.
I hear you, dude.
So first off, I am going to save your number as well because I swear I did it last time, but it's not showing your name up on my screen. It's just showing me your number. So I'm gonna write it down. So I've got you in here. This is we've got Jordan. Oh man, my Viagra pen just imploded. It's literally in pieces. Man, that was my favorite pen. Wait a minute.
That scenario is open up to all kind of comments.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have said that, should I? Here, I'll show you guys so you know I'm not making it up. There you go. There we go. Yeah, it's nice and hefty. It's really, you know what? I'm just making it even worse for myself. Jordan, so let's just start this over. How you doing tonight?
Well, I'm hopeful, but I'm realistic. First off, I've really enjoyed listening to the callers you had tonight.
It's been great tonight, I think.
Oh, man, these guys have been on target as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, to talk about tonight's topic, as far as the game tomorrow, well, yeah, I'm hoping Miami wins. I never root for them to lose.
Yeah, and I would hope that most people would be that way, but it actually kind of truly surprised me how many people were like, this is a trash season. You know what? Just give me an L every game for the rest of the year and get Manny out of here, and we'll just restart. And I'm like,
Right.
I see your point of view. Like if I want to, set my Canes pride aside, pretend I'm a fan of another team, and just evaluate what you're saying, I'd be like,
nah,
I see where you're coming from, but it's literally, Jordan, like for me, it's literally impossible. I cannot do that.
Right. Like I said, I'm hoping they win, but I'm very realistic that with all the stuff that's gone down in the last couple of weeks or three, I just think this team is going to implode tomorrow. I'm afraid they are. I'm looking at it to be probably about a 44-17 victory for North Carolina, because we are coming off a bye week.
Yeah.
We have not been very successful off of bye weeks.
Which is really sad that we even have to say that or have that conversation. Like, it should be North Carolina just got beaten and battered by FSU.
Mm-hmm.
They're embarrassed because nobody wants to lose to FSU. I don't care if FSU fans want to argue they're up and coming and they're looking improved.
Right.
Still, they're kind of a laughing stock at the moment. So they're beaten, battered, embarrassed, and we had an extra week to prepare. And instead of being excited, we're like, oh, crap, we're in trouble.
Right. And again, we got to worry about our own house, whether who beat who lost to whom. We can go to the Appalachian State, losing to them fine folks in Lafayette,
Yep.
But I just got a bad feeling that our secondary is just going to make that quarterback look like a Heisman Trophy winner. And then also, go ahead and speak to the elephant in the room about Coach Diaz. A couple of weeks ago during the Virginia game, I don't know if you saw his demeanor, his look, but he looked like a man who was lost, out of control, scared, deer in headlights.
And like he's possibly not slept in months.
It's like he had no control. And I'm afraid to say this, but I think he realizes he's in over his head. And, he was I thought he did good as a defensive coordinator.
Yeah,
I just personally think that he is a little bit over his head. He should have went to Temple and got his feet wet.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I've said it, and people don't agree with me, and it's fine. It's fine.
Now,
I hate it for him because instead of being remembered as, and I know I realize I'm repeating myself. I already said it in a video before, but it sucks because instead of going down as, we didn't want him to leave for Temple. Do you remember whenever they made that announcement?
Right.
And Miami fans were like, no, they're stealing our defensive coordinator, not Manny. And I realized that was when he was defensive coordinator, not head coach. But he would have been remembered as that. We would have been like, oh, crap, man. Like, I miss Manny Diaz. Our defense was savage, bro. We had that turnover chain, and everybody was going wild. And now instead, everyone's going to say, Manny Diaz? You mean that chump that drove our football program into the ground for 3 years? So that sucks for him. Honestly, it does. I hate it for him.
And I think what's happened is he's realized that he's just systematically lost control. He just doesn't know what to do. And I'm afraid that the powers that be, they're gonna ride this storm out and not do anything to the end of the season.
I agree. I think the same thing.
Again, okay, let's say what everybody's been saying happens and Coach Diaz gets fired after the North Carolina loss. Where are we at? Are we in a better place or are we in a worse place? And I'm not trying to be a Coach Diaz sympathizer. I'm just being realistic here.
No, I understand.
And again, we as fans and people calling in, tweeting, whatever, we can say and do whatever we want, but it just depends on what the powers that be do. Now I'm hoping the chatter that I'm hearing does come to light with, possible AD change with a football director. Okay. But again, we can only look at where we are here and now. So that's about all I got to say. Now, if you want to put me on the clock, I'll give you what I think.
Oh, I am totally down for putting you on the clock. So, you've been here for long enough tonight to know kind of what the deal is with the clock, right?
Right.
Okay, so for people who were just tuning in, you see the counter, the timer on the screen. I'm giving you guys 20 seconds. Hey, what's good, VT? I'm giving you guys 20 seconds to tell me what Manny Diaz would have to accomplish with the remainder of this season to make you say, you know what, we can keep him for 2022 because this happened. This is the way we ended 2021. And it can be whatever you guys want, good or bad. You can say you don't want him. You can say these X amount of things need to happen, but you have 20 seconds to tell me and the chat what he would have to accomplish. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, give me just a second. I'm going to let it read Steve's dono out so it doesn't interrupt it, and then we got you.
You think if we gave Manny 5 more years, we would be in the same spot we are now?
Ooh, okay. So one bad Steve came through and donated $10 before we get into this, putting you on the clock. And he said if we gave Manny 5 more years, we would be in the same spot we are now. Here's the problem. This is my opinion. Here's the deal. Man, okay.
I would need more than 20 seconds to agree or disagree with that. Because there are so many other forces at work in order for that to happen.
Because my thing is I think that Manny. Well, see, I sound stupid saying that, Manny wants to be a good head coach. Anybody who wants to be a head coach wants to be a good head coach. You don't want to be a bad one. You don't want to lose. No. I think, here's the thing. Coaching at this level, giving Manny 5 more years would accomplish nothing. We would be the same. At best case scenario, we are slightly better. But it's either the same or worse, because I think that Manny, and I think you already even just said it a minute ago too, Jordan, I've also said it. He would need to go coach somewhere else, get some experience, and then maybe have come back. It's too late for that to happen now. But it would have been a better scenario if he would have left for 10. And then still, even then, like I said, not everybody's cut out to be a good head coach. And Kane's Football Talk says you don't know that, Coop. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, nobody knows. It's all hypothetical. We might let Manny stay for 5 more years, and year 3 into it, we might win a national championship. I don't flipping know. It's all just hypothetical. But just based on what I've seen from him in 2.5 years, 3 years, whatever, I just don't feel like that he is truly head coaching material. And I think, like I've already said, it's kind of one of those we promoted from within, and it's just been kind of a failed experiment from the jump. But it's a really loaded, it's a difficult question to answer. And Steve knows that, and you guys know that. Jordan, it's on the phone, he knows that. It's hard to answer that because we don't truly know.
Right.
So, okay. All right. Oh, man, now that's really got my gears kind of grinding here and thinking.
That's the beauty of this. I mean, we got some good, got a lot of truth going on out here.
Yeah.
Good opinions, both sides.
It's all right, man. I'm going to put you on the clock when you're ready, and you're going to tell me what Manny would have to accomplish for you to be okay with keeping him next year.
Well, go ahead. Hit the button, baby.
And you are good. Go.
All right. It's all got to start tomorrow. He needs to be a coach. He needs to be a leader. He needs to get this team to set up for success, not set up for failure. And it's going to have to be a process throughout the season, win, lose, or draw. Things have to change.
All right. So you made it at 17 seconds. So you didn't need 20 seconds either. I said I should have made it like 2.5 seconds. People only get like 2 words in. Everybody killed it, man.
And like I said, I echo everything a lot of these other callers were saying. I don't know. Things have got to get better, and it's not about wins and losses like you said. But I do appreciate you letting me talk tonight. Great show. Had fun. Enjoyed the fellowship with everybody. And hopefully my prediction is wrong and everybody else's is wrong, and the Canes pull out a victory. But we got to be realistic, dude.
Yeah, man, because I'm tomorrow, my wife is probably going to take me to like a birthday dinner. That's the one thing we do. Like we take each other out to eat somewhere nice. And I would really love to be cutting into my steak with a smile on my face because Miami won the game instead of sitting over there sulking with everybody saying, "What's wrong with you? It's your birthday. You're eating steak. Why are you mad?"
Well, look, dude, you have a happy birthday and a safe birthday. You enjoy yourself.
I appreciate that.
Just remember, there are bigger things in life to worry about, dude.
It's true. It's true, man. All right, Jordan. I appreciate you calling in, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow, 3:30 for the game.
Appreciate you, dude.
All right, appreciate you, man. Have a good one.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. And I didn't want you to think, Canes football talk, that I was calling you out. I didn't want you to take it the wrong way. That's why I was just saying that a lot of these questions are hypothetical and they're difficult to answer. And I would be curious to know what your response would be and what everybody is. Steve says, "LOL, thanks for answering, Coop," because that's hard to answer. We don't truly know. What do you think if we gave Manny 5? Right now, Manny, if he played out his contract, he's got 2 more years. It goes to 2023. What if we gave him 5? What would happen? Would he get better? Would we be better? Would his coaching improve? Because there's no doubt in my mind that Manny would continue to make changes. Manny has tried. Boy, people took that video though way out of context in the wrong way. Manny has tried to surround himself with a good team of other coaches. You know what I mean? He's tried. And he's been willing to make changes, which is something that we haven't seen in previous coaches. But at the end of the day, I don't. What if? Okay. Let's take a step back and let's do another hypothetical. What if Manny gave up the defense and solely focused on head coaching and brought in another defensive coordinator? Right? He got rid of Blake last year, and he said, "I'm gonna handle calling the defense again and being a head coach." Honestly, I don't like any time when a head coach splits into another role. I don't like a head coach that's also an OC. I don't like a head coach that's also a defensive coordinator. I want a head coach that's a head coach, and we have all of our respective coordinators as coordinators. So what if Manny rolled back and said, "You know what? I'm in over my head with trying to double up on my duties, and I'm going to bring in another DC, and I'll go back to focusing on head coaching." What do you think? What do you think? Again, it's just hypothetical. It's just hypothetical. I'm not saying it's a good or bad outcome because no one knows. T-Rob finna leave. If I was on the clock, my 20-second response would be, here we go. Let's pretend, U-Town. Let's pretend. Nothing. Okay, I feel you. So Cyclone Team Ibis, let's get you in here, and then we'll probably wrap it up on that. I'd like to try to get Dale in here because I know Dale wanted to call, but I try to keep these streams at 2 hours, and we're going on 2.5 hours. So I don't think Miami fans would expect any better of an outcome. Fair. Canes football talk. Are you still here? I saw him come in for a minute, but I don't see him anymore. So let me get the phone line open back up. Let's see. Let's try to get give me a call, Cyclone Team Ibis. Give me a call. I'm looking for 225. I'm looking for it, bro. I'm looking for it. Oh, you're still here. Okay, good deal. I didn't know if I made you mad. Like I said, I wasn't trying to call you out by responding to what you said, bro. That was not my intention. So let's see. I'm waiting for Cyclone Team Ibis. It's not that I'm not wanting to take anyone else's call. It's just he's been trying all night, bro. He's been trying all night. Let me see if I see your missed call. All right, I'm gonna call the next 225 number I see on here. All right, I'm just gonna call it. And if this isn't Cyclone Team Ibis, then I don't even flipping know. Let's see if he picks up, guys. Does he pick up? Or does he throw us to voicemail?
Hey, yo, what's up, Coop?
What's up? Is this who I think it is?
Yep.
This must be Cyclone _ team _ Ibis.
Yep. Sure is.
Okay, good deal. Making sure it wasn't another scenario where it was someone in the same state with the same area code. You know, wild, crazy stuff happening around here.
Yeah, coincidence.
So I truly, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I thought it was showing your number as like blocked or restricted, but I'm looking at your phone number on my other monitor to my left. So I am writing your number down. And next week when we do the call-in show, if you call from this number and I don't address you as Cyclone Team Ibis, I'm going to PayPal you $100 on the spot during the stream. I'm dead serious. All right, we got a deal?
All right, that sounds good.
Okay, I got you down. All right, so anyways, how you feeling about tomorrow, North Carolina game?
To be honest, I mean, I feel good about it, but I'm not going to be able to watch because I got homecoming tomorrow.
Homecoming. Okay, I got you. So I'm guessing though, are you going to be able to like DVR it and check it out after?
Yeah, or I might watch a stream.
So, but how? Even though you're going to miss it, you said that you're feeling okay. Are you feeling like Miami can pull out a win tomorrow?
I mean, it can, but also at the same time, I don't want to address last year because I know how like it horrifies everybody.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be realistic, blunt, and honest. I really don't think we're gonna win, but my score prediction has Miami winning.
Really? Okay. Now hold on. Let me refer to my notes. Boom, boom, boom. That would be the first Miami Hurricanes victory predicted by a caller tonight.
Yep.
Yeah. Everyone else has predicted North Carolina win tomorrow, myself included. I'll hold mine up one more time for the people who weren't here. I've got North Carolina getting the dub 34-17, and hopefully I'm wrong, but that's kind of where I'm at right now. So then what do you have an official score prediction to be entered into the contest?
Yes, I do.
All right, let's hear it.
All right. Before I say it, I don't want the comments to bash me for this score prediction. So I'm gonna play it smart,
Okay.
as always. I have Miami winning 31-29.
Okay, interesting. So a close game, but a Miami victory.
Yes, but here's the thing, though. I think TBD is going to ball out. I think, our defense is going to finally try to collect itself, hopefully. And Manny Diaz is, being a leader in this game, telling everybody what they should do, what's right, what's wrong, if we have a turnover or whatever. He's telling them how they can fix it and, do better.
Hey, and the thing is at the end of the day, I hope that people understand. I say at the end of the day a lot, don't I? A lot of people comment and they say, "Here goes Coop." At the end of the day, I say it like 5 times a video. So at the end of the day, even though I'm predicting a Miami loss, and even though we're talking bad about Manny, and we want a different head coach and this and that, I would be very happy if he found a way to turn it around. I would prefer for Miami to pull a 180 and look like a totally different team tomorrow. I would be excited about it. I would be happy, and I would be cheering them on and excited for it.
Yeah.
So the reason why I'm mentioning that is just because I know it's been, most of the streams and videos have been like complete bash fest lately of just negativity, and stuff.
Yeah.
And I want people to know that I don't want it to be that way. And I'll be the first one that'll be like, all right, let's go. Like, I want to encourage good behavior and players executing and coaches coaching well.
Yeah.
So.
But the thing about the game is that we can't just get out-coached.
Which scares me very much in this matchup because we've got out-coached. I know we don't want to talk about the past, but we've got out-coached the past 2 UNC matchups.
Mm-hmm.
So, how do you feel about? We've got you in at the competition, the 31-29 Miami Hurricanes victory in a close one. How do you feel about partaking in the little? What does Manny Diaz have to do to impress you enough to be the head coach in 2022? Little thing that we're doing, where I give you 20 seconds. I know you've been here, so you know what's going on.
All right, so
you want to do it?
I want to do it. Yep.
Okay.
I want to do it.
All right, so you ready?
I'm ready when you are.
All right, and you are officially on the clock.
All right, so how I want this to go is I want Miami to win at least more than 7 games, make it close to the ACC championship if possible, not lose to Florida State, not lose to North Carolina, and just, I can't think of the other thing.
It's a lot. So,
I had something else. I had something else, but it lost my thought.
You're good. You're good. It's different when you get put on the clock, isn't it?
For real.
See, and that's what I was thinking. Honestly, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. I think some of these people, they saw my tweet and my community tab post, and they practiced in the mirror. Like, they were like, here's what I'm going to do. As soon as Coop puts me on the clock, bing, bang, boom, and they only needed like 5 seconds. So here's what we're going to say, bro. Your list was just very long. There's a lot of things that you want Manny to do, to accomplish, for you to be okay with him being the coach of 2022. And I caught that stuff, not losing to FSU, obviously. What was you said about the bowl game? Did you say winning a bowl game or winning? Or the ACC championship game, sorry.
Yeah. Get close to that.
Okay.
And at least winning more than 7 games.
More than 7 games. Okay.
Because if we go 7-5, then automatically you put the boot on him, he's gone. That's as simple as I could put it to you.
All right, fair enough. So, all right, Cyclone Team Ibis, I appreciate you so much for participating in the little skit challenge thing that I was doing. And you're officially entered into the score prediction contest as well. So if that ends up being the score tomorrow, I'll text you on Sunday. You win $200 cash, PayPal, Venmo. I'll buy a private jet and fly out and hand deliver it to you. All of those are true except for the very last one. So, my friend, I appreciate you calling in tonight. I'm glad we got you in, and I'm saving your number, bro.
All right, man. I appreciate it.
All right, you have a good one. Hopefully, I'll be able to maybe see you tomorrow if you can sneak in with the homecoming stuff. So.
All right. I'll try to.
Appreciate you, man.
All right, appreciate you too.
Bye. What? Wait. You didn't. You'll have to check out the fine print. All of those things are true, and I will do, but except for the last one. Cypher, I saw what you said. You said Coop's good for it too, especially with all that money from ESPN. Well. We got Traveling Fools in the chat. They came in and said, Traveling Fools, it's good to see you guys. How was the bye week for you? What have you been up to? Jay Blaze is in the building. What's good? At 20 seconds was hard AF. Man, these people have been practicing, bro. I'm telling you. Coop, you ever do a phone call on stream with "All right, bye, I love you" accidentally? Early on, I did, Steve. Early on, I did. But I do love you guys. So you guys want me to end with telling you that I love you? Would that make you feel better? Should I do it with this caller? I'll do it with this caller, okay? I'm going to do it with this one. I'm going to do it with this person. Hold on. Next person that calls in. Next person that calls in, I'm going to tell them bye. I love you. Okay, here we go. Yo, what's going on? Who we got on the line?
It's yours truly, the A&M fan, Christopher Jackson. How are you doing tonight,
The
Coach?
A&M fan. He's still around. Oh, my good gravy. I love it.
Yes.
You know that I
Yes,
welcome fans of all college football teams, which is why I say we're all one big happy college football family. We might argue, we might fight like cats and dogs on game day, but at the end of the day, we all love college football and enjoy watching it together. So I'm happy to have you call back in again.
No problem, Coop, and I'm happy as well. And First off, before we get into Miami and North Carolina, how about the Baggies last week? Took out Alabama.
I watched it, bro. I watched it because it's really funny because I told you my father-in-law is a big Alabama fan, and he came with me to the Miami-Alabama game. So you can imagine how those conversations went. It wasn't a good day for me, and we had been talking trash for months leading up to that game. And even though I'm obviously not a Texas A&M fan, you know that I sent him a couple of messages on Messenger with some very questionable gifts that I sent back and forth because I was living it up, man. The whole game, I was like, oh, boy, looks like you're going to lose. I was letting him have it, bro.
We were up on them 17-7 in the first quarter, and I said, this is going to be a good night right here. You know, it was crazy, but, you know, I had a good feeling going into that game, you know, and you know, I just had a good feeling that we were going to get after it. But the reality of it is that, you know, Alabama's in the past, and now we got to move on to Missouri now and take care of business. And great team win, you know, signature win by Jimbo Fisher. But
I know. And that's why I was laughing. I'm not poking fun at your coach or anything. I mean, you guys just beat Alabama. But I was just dying laughing because I was like, out of all of the former assistants, like to work with Nick Saban, the one that beats him is Jimbo Fisher. I love it. I think it's awesome.
Right. And, you know, and I said before, this was before I knew you, but I said before the season, I said, A&M's got a shot to beat Alabama. And everybody looked at me like I was crazy. They're like, what are you talking about? I just, you know, something about that team is special, man. And I don't know if that win's going to propel us to the playoffs, but boy, oh boy, was that
I'm going to be real with you, man, and people for some reason just can't believe that someone would say something like this when it's not their team. But I'm just going to keep it real with you. I would much rather see Texas A&M in the playoffs than Alabama in the playoffs again. I'm just keeping it 100% real with you.
Well, I appreciate that, Coop, and I honestly I feel bad for what we have to do to you next year because I don't want to do that to Miami, you know what I'm saying? But it's business, it's all business, man. You know how it is.
All right, so let's talk about this North Carolina game for a second, if you don't mind. This is everybody.
No problem.
Obviously, you've already gathered. This guy's a Texas A&M fan, so it's an outside perspective, an opinion from someone who's not going to be a Miami Hurricanes homer or a North Carolina homer, which, by the way, just really quick before we get into the conversation, I have not seen a single North Carolina fan in here, which is very surprising.
That is very surprising because I've been watching the chat all night, and I have not seen many North Carolina fans at all, if at all. You know?
Honestly, I think that it's, for both of us, it's kind of just where everybody's kind of down. North Carolina's 3-3, we're 2-3, and I promise you this doesn't matter to me because I'll put on the same show, I'll do the same skits, bring the same energy if it's one person watching or 1,000 people watching. But I do notice a very big viewer drop when Miami is doing very bad. So game day, it doesn't seem to affect the numbers. And it's because there are just as many trolls that want to come in and make fun of me and the Miami Hurricanes. So if anything, when we're doing bad in the game, the numbers go up. But when it comes to like preview videos and call-in shows that are discussing the upcoming game, the views will drop substantially whenever Miami is doing bad.
Absolutely.
And there's just not as much interest. Like every year you're like, national championship, this is the year. And then when you realize a couple weeks in that that's already out of reach, a lot of people lose interest in, a lot of people don't even watch the games. I have a ton of people message me that say, I just don't even watch the games anymore. I just watch the highlights on ESPN. Screw it. So.
Right.
But anyways, what are you thinking about this game? I'm getting you off topic.
No, you're fine because I kind of noticed that too because I actually watched Miami's I actually watched the game that I don't even want to say it. The one that y'all missed the damn field goal in the last minute. I watched that and I was like, that's unfortunate because I'm going to be honest before I, say what I'm going to say about North Carolina is I'm going to be honest. You played that situation about as well as you could play it because of the fact that if you score too fast, you're going to give them time to go down the field and score on you because the thing is, if you score right there, you probably give them maybe a little under or over a minute, give or take, and you don't know what's going to happen at that point. So I think Miami, from a game plan standpoint, they played that right. The last phase of that, they just didn't execute what they needed to.
So I'm actually, it's funny because I've been very vocal about it. I see that side of the argument because defensively we weren't playing the best. So
right.
People were saying, hey, like you put them on the field at UVA with like a minute to go. That's more than enough time for them. My issue is that I just personally, if we could continue, we didn't even have to necessarily keep going tempo. But I felt like we had that UVA defense on their heels. The O-line was blocking a little bit better, giving TVD more time because that UVA defense was tired, in my opinion. So right. TVD, if you notice, if you go back and look, early on it was like, oh crap, we're in trouble. And then third and fourth quarter,
right.
it looked like it slowed down a little bit for him. He had more time in the pocket. So I just feel like it was just a missed opportunity to go ahead and punch in the score and then put the pressure on UVA to march down the field and get points when we were right there. But I will say this, disclaimer, it's very easy for me to sit here and say that after what already happened in the game, right? So we might have we might have scored and then UVA marched down the field and then we would have said, why didn't we run the clock out and kick the field goal? Because Borregales seems like a pretty good kicker. So yeah, I understand that you can overanalyze it and look at both sides.
Right, because the thing that I was thinking of, and not saying TBD was going to do this, but a thing that I was thinking of too as I'm watching that, I'm like, okay, what if TBD does something stupid and throws a pick, and then that's your ball game right there?
That could happen too. Yeah.
Right. So I mean, not taking any credit away from the kid, but I you're trying to play that last situation perfect, and I feel like they played it as perfect as what they did. My apologies, I'm getting off topic there for a minute.
You're good.
But I will say going into this, the UNC game, I would say what worries me here for Miami is that if you look at the stats, Sam Howell's rushing yards are ridiculous.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
If they want any chance to win this, you're going to have to contain him. Okay, and I just as much as I want to see Miami do well, I can't see it because, for one, I don't want to say that I played against UNC, but A&M has dealt with them because we had to play them in the Orange Bowl last year. So I know, even though they lost a little bit, they can be very explosive, and I can't see Miami being able to contain that.
I agree, 100%, and that worries me as well, especially if they decide to bounce him to the outside. We really seem to have a hard time.
Exactly. And I'm sure you want a score prediction from me, don't you?
Sure do. I got my Viagra pen in hand, ready to go. Write it down.
Well, here we go. Here we go, Kansas fans. I know y'all are probably going to see where I'm coming from on this, so I don't have to worry about y'all going, what the heck are you thinking?
You don't, because only one person has predicted a Miami victory tonight. So
I saw that earlier. You said like 57-0 or something, I think it was.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go 52-20. Canes lose it to UNC. Okay.
52-20. All right, that's somewhat close to mine. That is definitely putting up a little more points for North Carolina. That I had 34-17.
34-17 is what you had.
Yep. But yeah, so 52-20, North Carolina victory. I'm gonna be honest. I hope both of us are wrong. But I 100%, obviously see where you're coming from because I have a Miami loss predicted as well. So. Right.
And before I get into the Manny rant, I do want to say something. I kind of want to address the chat because they've been wanting Marcus to come in here. I know Marcus, and I have his number. If you want to call him, I'll give you his number so you can call him.
Okay, I'll tell if he's cool with that, you can sit. Well, do you follow me on like Twitter or anything?
I follow you on your Instagram. I do follow you on your Twitter. Yes.
Okay, yeah. 'Cause I was gonna say you just have to DM it to me.
Okay.
And if he wants to call in, we can end on that, or otherwise you would probably be the last caller. So one of the two.
Okay.
It'll be up to him.
If you don't want to call him, it's cool. But I was gonna help you out because
I got you.
I knew the chat and he was trying to call in
Yeah,
earlier. But
they want to see what he has to say. So if he wants to call in, I'll let him call in. So are you wanting to do the Manny thing? I don't know if you're willing or wanting. Okay, because I didn't know if just Miami fans or.
No, I'll do the Manny thing, and this will probably take about 10 seconds, maybe even less. But I'm gonna just put it this way.
So wait. So are you going into it now? You want me to start the timer?
I'm gonna go.
Okay. Ready? All right. So this is gonna be, guys. This is gonna be interesting. This is from an outside perspective. So all night it's been Miami fans saying, here's what Manny Diaz would have to do to impress me enough to keep him around for 2022. Here's what he would have to accomplish with the remainder of the season. This is going to be a Texas A&M fan saying, Manny needs to or should accomplish this for Miami to keep him in 2022. You ready, bro?
Right. And I will say, my opinions are not biased towards Texas A&M. I'm sure you all know that by now. I'm a straight up football guy because, like I've said in the past, I want to be a coach. So I look at things completely different to what most people think, probably.
Okay, I can respect that. So you are on the clock right about now.
Okay, it's real simple. Mandy, if you want to keep your job, win out. As much as that is hard to do, but a coach's job is dependent on his success. And if he does not win out, then he's out. That's it.
Okay. Didn't need the 20 seconds. Got you in at about 17, so not bad. So just win out.
Win out.
All right.
I mean, I know y'all are talking about ACC championship, but, I mean, if he can at least win out, if I was a Miami fan, that would give me some upside. Now, do I think that's going to happen? Probably not. But if you're trying to keep him around, that's what I would shoot for.
All right, man. So, as always, I appreciate the call. I love the conversation. I enjoy getting an outside perspective because I don't get that very often. So
no problem, man.
Appreciate you calling in, man.
Like I told you before, I'm going to keep trying to call you, man. I like talking to you, man.
All right. Sounds good.
You too, man. Have a good one.
All right. Appreciate you. Bye. Love you.
Love you too, man. Bye.
I told y'all I was going to do it. Come on, can I get a standing ovation for it? You guys wanted me to do the thing. Yeah. Hey, if you're still in the chat, man. Look, if you're still in the chat, man, I don't know if you saw when we were doing it. People were saying, tell the next caller, bye, love you. So I said, all right, I'm going to do it. Y'all done forgot about it. Come on, Chris. What? You done forgot about it? Man, listen, I'm crazy as heck. You guys just tell me something to do. Ask the people that have been around here for a while. Ask people like Cypher and Keldon and Zartane that are part of some. You guys, I have 3 YouTube channels and a Twitch channel. Guys, look at me. Look at me. Guys, across all of my YouTube channels and my Twitch channels, I have done some weird stuff, some crazy stuff, and I truly cannot put it into words unless you've just seen it. Honest, look at me dead in the eyes. I'm being dead serious. I've done some weird, crazy stuff on YouTube and on Twitch. So do not doubt me. If you want to do a little something, a little dare, a little something, trust me. Trust me, it's not a problem. So I'm gonna wrap it up. Oh yeah, everyone here on this channel has saw me naked, covered in Cheez-Its. That's true. We could watch that live right now on stream if you missed it. You guys want me to pull it up? I mean, maybe there are some people here that didn't see it that year that I did it. When I got completely naked and covered myself with Cheez-Its when we went to the Cheez-It Bowl. I mean, we could watch it together. I mean, no? No? Okay, fine. You're lost. Whatever. All right. Most of you probably already saw it if we're being real. Let's just be honest. You guys already saw it, so. Anyways, oh man, come on. Come on, bro. Clemson pulls out the victory. Man, I would have been happy to see Syracuse get the win. Clemson wins 17-14. Are the rest of Clemson's games going to be close, bro? It's 49-3 against SC State, 14-8 with Georgia Tech, 27-21 loss to NC State, 19-13. Bro, Dabo, they ain't used to that, man. They are not used to playing close games like that. They're used to putting in their second stringers by the second quarter. So that's rough, man. That's rough. I love to see it though. I'm just gonna be honest. They have been on the top for far too long. Kicker missed a 40-yard field goal. Oh, I gotta go back and watch it. Bidu Miami says prediction 42-17 Miami with a super duper angry face. He ain't happy about it. What Manny must do to keep his job? Cure cancer. Yeah, so he's in trouble. Your brother is an FSU fan. I feel very sorry for you. Very, very sorry for you. At least with my father-in-law being an Alabama fan, we don't regularly see Alabama since we never make it to the playoffs. So we don't trash talk back and forth very often. But we regularly play FSU, so that's got to be rough, man. So Justin says Miami will win tomorrow, 34-17. We can get in those last few score predictions. Hold on. Let me ban the robot real quick. Bada boom. Porn bot has been blocked. 10. Hold on, Hype Central. How many zeros is that? 1, 2, 3. Is that 100,000? 100,000 to 0? On that note, there was some kind of bot that came in here and tried to spam a bunch of stuff. I blocked it. Don't worry, guys. I got you. So everybody who called in tonight is entered into the contest. Thank you for everyone who participated in the little 30-second that turned into a 20-second skit of talking about what Manny Diaz needs to do to impress you enough to stick around for the 2022 season. If you're watching this VOD, the video after it uploads, leave your comment on it down below. I would love to read it and see what you think. It can be whatever, good or bad. My score prediction one final time for the game tomorrow: North Carolina 34, Miami Hurricanes 17. I will be live right here on this channel, 3:30 p.m. Eastern time. We will hang out. Last week was a bye week. For the Virginia game, we had 700-ish people hang out in here. A week before that, it was like 500. A week before that, it was like 1,000. So it's a good time, guys. Just picture hanging out with 500 to 1,000 people online, watching a game together and reacting to it live. I'll bring out the siren if somehow Miami manages to score a touchdown. I'll crank it. I'm not planning on doing a bunch of shoulder strengthening exercises tonight because I don't know that I'll really need it that much. But we will be live, and I will have links because the game will be on ACC Network. So if you don't have a way to watch the game, I got the hookup for you. Why don't you like Cristobal, Brandon? Just honest, curious question. Brandon Monger says Miami 31, UNC 24. Native Gaming says 31-24 Miami. We got a couple of Miami wins coming in. REM, what's good, man? We're wrapping up for the night. I must give a shout out to Ewkane, who owns the board. Basically, welcome to today's sponsor, Ewkane, with the top $51 donation. But let us not forget about the crazy battle that went down between him and my man Hurricane Logan. Hurricane Logan also came through with 50 and a 2 and a 30 and a 20, and then Ewkane with a 51 and a 31 and a 30. Y'all are flipping crazy, wild, insane, and that's a compliment around here. So it's a good thing, trust me. One Bad Steve came through with the 10. Thank you so much, bro. Put up that crazy question that got everybody talking. A Burgos came through with the 20. Brandon D with the 5. Hype Central with the 5. Eric Birch with the 2. Josh Krulik with the 2. Eric Birch with another 2. Josh Krulik with another 2 also. And John Bird kicked off the stream with a $10 dono. Listen, guys. Tomorrow's my mother flipping birthday. And I don't say that looking for happy birthdays. I say that because I'm super sad because I'm going to watch the Miami Hurricanes lose on my birthday again. Bro, why? Tonight was the pre-funeral stream, all black. Tomorrow we visit the Reaper in Chapel Hill, Mac Brown. I'll see you guys there. Love you guys.